Zacchaeus was good.
It was good, man. Good to be here. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Just working here at the job over here. Um, yeah. Do women marry for financial stability
Over character. What you
over
think, man?
character? Yeah, man. That's a good topic, man. I think they do marry for stability. They'll say that put food in the character can't put food on the table. Yeah, but that's what they'll say. I know some women will say that. I bet you they will say it. Yeah, I bet you they will say it. But yeah, but character lasts longer, longevity. Because you can
Yeah,
have all
man.
the money, you can have all the money in the world, man. If your character is rotten and nasty, eh, you'll chase that woman. The character will chase that woman far from you. Yeah, the bad character.
No, that's it's it. Yeah, it's an obvious no go. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I think it's very obvious. But it's one of those things, right? It's like this, right?
yeah,
So I think when people get realistic, I
yeah.
think they understand exactly what's going on.
Hmm.
But what it is that I think a lot of marriages that marry just off of financial stability are not marrying off of longevity anyway. I mean,
That's a fact. Yeah, yeah,
those divorces be real quick, man.
yeah.
I think
Very sudden.
your average marriage ends in like 5 years.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Because they
You
don't
know,
marry. Yeah, they're not generally married. Yeah.
right? Welcome back, Serenity. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm a little under the weather today, but
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
I know, right? It just snuck up on me. Um,
So
but
what do you think? Do I just started the live? We just started the
okay,
show. So the question is, do women marry for financial stability over character? What's your opinion?
okay. So if I'm going for majority rules, then no.
Okay.
Majority rules, no. But do women do it? Yes. I think the younger the woman, the more idealistic she is, and so she is going after love. It's been a saying, first time you marry for love, second time you marry for money, because those women have been kind of messed over in those relationships, and so now they're like, shoot, I'd rather get with somebody. At least if he's going to be an ain't-ish man, at least he won't be broke. That type of mentality. But I think that typically happens after they've been hurt. So that's how I see it.
Well, stay right there, and I'm gonna get to Shay next. So why? You know what? Then again, I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that. Let me bring Shay in. Shay, how you doing, Shay?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Hey, good, good. I like to explain the rules for people who are new here. Okay, no
Yeah, of course.
cursing, no foul language. Respect each other. Okay, and then you can answer the prompt. Do women marry for financial stability over character? Go ahead.
I think it's different for every woman. It's hard to speak for everybody. For me personally, financial stability was very equal with character. Like, I married my husband because he had both, and not before he had both pinned down. I would never marry a man who had money but wasn't a good person, and I would never marry somebody who was, a good person but didn't have any money. So that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, I can get with that. I like that. Malik, what up, Malik?
How's it going?
What's going on, brother? Welcome back. The question is, do women marry for financial stability over character? Go.
I think it depends on where you're at in the world. I don't think for Americans, no. I think it can be either or. I think if you're looking at like Russia or Ukraine or anything like that, yeah, they're more. They do lean more towards like the men having money, I suppose. But I don't think on average that women marry for stability. I mean, lot of the average marriages, the guy, he might be the breadwinner, but he's not like rolling in money, So it depends, I guess, on where you are geographically. But I would say that depends on the country, and also like I would say 50-50. I couldn't say on average, but I'd say half and half.
Yeah. So, research is involved in this. They say that women prioritize financial stability at a 78% clip. But sadly, women divorce at a 75% clip. So that's kind of tragic, you know. But I can understand. Let me go back to what Serenity said. Serenity said that, what'd you say? You said first they marry for love, second they marry for security? Say it again, Serenity.
Yeah, I said that typically when women are younger, I think they're idealistic, so they are going after character. Like they want to fall in love. They want the Disney princess, fairy tale type of thing. And I think what else did I say? Excuse me, y'all, I'm a little congested. That when they get older and maybe after that first marriage, there is a saying that first time you marry for love, second time you marry for money. And I think that typically comes from women who have excuse me, been jaded because that first time they got married for love, it didn't work out. And I think that's basically what I said.
Well, you mentioned, and then I'm gonna open up the panel. You mentioned, they feel like, hey, well, since I didn't get it right the first time, then I might as well get somebody with the bag the next time, right? If they're not really a
Yeah,
good
like,
character.
well, it's not that I don't think women are marrying for bad character. I think they're saying that, and this is not, of course, nothing is ever all. This is a niche group of women. I think they're more so like, listen, if I'm gonna marry somebody and he turns out to be a frog, I'd rather he not be broke. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Anybody else have a response to that?
I think it's true. I've seen a lot of my friends go through that. Like they got with a guy out of love or like wanting something not unrealistic, just maybe just prioritizing the wrong things and then it doesn't work out. And then the second time they kind of overcorrect and think that they don't need to marry for character at all. Like they just want the financial stability.
And another thing, just to say, oh, I'm sorry, Zach, were you gonna say something? Go ahead.
Oh yeah. I could say. I have to say. Was but the stability. They want the whole package. They want the stability and they want the character too. They want the both. They want both. But I think in certain situations, more on the first you got to get through the character because the character is longevity. But the stability comes after. The stability comes afterwards. Why I say that? Because you won't want to be with somebody that's have a bad character, rotten, not treating you, not respecting you, not showing you love, and the disrespect you. You don't want nothing. If your character is rotten and it's not good, they don't want to be with you, no matter what. I mean, no matter what you have. I mean, some people will sell their soul and go through the pain with they'll go through the agony and go through the disrespect. But some women have class and character. They're not gonna deal with that. They're gonna be like, wait a minute, I have standards. Wait a minute, I'm not gonna. Yeah, you have money. Yeah, you have a lot, but I'm not gonna stay with you. You have to have character too. You have to have a respectable, being able to respect your spouse, respect your partner, and that's what it is.
I mean, ideally, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But what is it that most often happens is actually the question. You know what I'm saying? If most marriages, sadly, in America, end in like 5 years, 5 to 7 years. I mean, that has to speak for something, right?
Yeah, but it's not like the number one reason is money. The number one reason is
It's top three.
irreconcilable.
It's top
Yeah, but
three though. Yeah.
but that's the thing. We live in a capitalistic society, right? Where we need money to survive. So
Yeah.
I think the issue is not I honestly I hear men kind of complain about this more so than I hear women because it falls on them, right? It falls on men to be financially stable and it's kind of like a pressure. So although I understand it's one of those things where it's like, okay, well pressure either is going to bust pipes or it's going to make a diamond. You got to do this in order for you to be able to provide for a family. Both people have to believe in 50-50 or you believe in um, you know, the whole tradition. But either way, men have to do this. And I think it's a buck up against the system or maybe a buck up against the partner. And it's more than just, oh, you don't have money. It's also your attitude because I don't know. I know men don't typically date men who are straight, right? But I have. And I'll be the first one to tell you that men who do not have money, they're some of the meanest people you've ever met because they're not where they want to be. And it's hard to date someone or be there for someone or be a helpmate to someone who is beating on you because their life is not going the way they want to. It kind of Have you ever listened to James Baldwin and Nikki Giovanni back in the 60s or 70s? They had a conversation where she was like, you can put on a good face at work, but when you come home, you beating on me, and I'm the one who looking out for you. It's one of those type of dynamics. And I think that more so speaks to the irreconcilable differences than it is just the money, if that makes sense.
So in that same interview, she also said, "If you cheat on me, don't tell me."
Oh, a lot of married women definitely will agree with that. They would rather stay in the dark so that they are not looking at you differently. I mean, I know a lot of women who wouldn't want to admit that because you don't want to give a man the license to cheat. But do they really want to know that? Not really.
Nope.
Malik, you got anything to say?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do. I agree with what she said about men stepping up and all that stuff. But I think part of the reason why men don't want to get married or they feel the pressure is because of the fact that a lot of guys are they're told to be responsible, but they don't have any authority in the marriage. I feel like the dynamic between men and women have changed so much where like modern day conventions has pretty much eliminated like any type of accountability for women at all. So men are supposed to be 100% responsible but have no authority. They can't, verbalize their standards or preferences for the women or to come off as, being misogynistic. So, why do I have to step up to the plate whenever I don't have any authority? Kind of like being a stepdad, like you're married to a woman with has a kid. You can't really like tell the kid what to do because it isn't your kid. Kind of the same thing, you get into a marriage, yeah, you have all the money, you're making money, but like, does she respect you? Is she gonna, admire that you're the breadwinner and like admire that you're the leader? Probably not, because a lot of that has changed now.
Hey, hey Malik, peep game, man. I was checking out what Serenity was saying, and I don't have any like real pushback. Because at the end of the day, pressure is on adults when they're by themselves to provide for themselves anyway. So a single woman has pressure to always make sure that she could provide for herself, just like a man would. Now, in a family, um, when you're a team, there are situations where someone could lose their job. So this is why it's very essential who a man marries, because reality happens every day. People lose their jobs every day. I say this all the time. This is why people really have to be humble here, because you could be making a lot of money in year one, year two, year three, four, five in this marriage. And then something happens in year six and you lose your job. I mean, what happens then? Should the wife just pack up and leave? And then if she just does that so quickly, what does that say about the wife you picked? You want to say something to that, Malik?
No, I agree with that. You do have to be, cautious and tactful with who you date. So if you're dating someone and, your family's saying, oh, I don't know about her, she's kind of a red flag, you still date her, and then, bada bing, bada boom, you get divorced, that's on you. I'm not saying that I'm not saying men deserve that kind of turmoil, because, men, life is hard as it is, so to have to go through that with a woman, I mean, it's tough. But if you're not making the right choices and looking for the things in a woman that, are required for a good marriage, then you're going to find that it's not going to be a good marriage at all. It's not going to last. So that's it does fall on the men to, be kind of like tactful.
I want to respond to that as well. I think. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I think that
You can figure it out after that, then I don't know. Move on. Just move on, I guess.
my bad. I wasn't trying to talk over you. You had went out for me. But the thing is, okay, so yeah, I do agree that we are our choices. Life is about choices, right? You can either choose to do the right thing or the wrong thing, but consequences, don't care who you are, they're coming, right? So when in your scenario, when he's up, he's doing this, he's doing really well, and he loses his job, okay, she shouldn't get up and just leave, because then that means that she was only there for the money. And men and women who have a lot of money, they definitely need to be more discerning with who they choose, because that is it's a probability. It's a possibility. I'll put it that way. It may not be probable, but it definitely is possible, right? So she's wrong for that, but there is a time, I remember my aunt, she was with her husband. She's a nurse. She's an RN. So it's not like she's broke. He was working. He kept making those excuses of him being hurt, and they were indeed excuses, to the point where it's like, okay, you're not being resourceful. Now everything is on me. And women, 9 times out of 10, you do have some women who will say, oh no, I'll take care of a man. But most women do not want to do that. They just don't. So they will leave if after 5 or 6 years of you not producing anything. And I don't think she's wrong for that. Just like a man, if he's in a relationship, if he's married to a woman who says, I'm not giving you none for 3-4 years, I think he's well within his right to leave. If it's not a medical issue, obviously. But, like you're doing, to me, I think that's a sign of betrayal. You're going against the vows. You're going against the agreement. You're not being a team player. You're not in this with me. You're not a partner. You're out for self. You're selfish. And so therefore you need to be by yourself. If that makes sense. I don't know.
No, it does make sense, because.
Oh, yes, it does.
Yeah, go ahead, Zacchaeus. Go ahead.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense 100%, because she's not gonna. If you're not, there's a lot of stress, and like she said earlier, you're living in a capitalist society. There's a lot of stress with the cost of living being extremely high. to a point where that two people need to pool together to pay the bills and to cover rent or mortgage or kids. So with all the stress coming, don't care how sweet she is, with all the stress coming her way, it's gonna be overwhelmingly too much, and she may just break. Especially if it's going on 2, 3 years and 4 years, she will break, and then she eventually will find a way out because it's a lot of stress with that. It's a lot of stress. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. You know what I'm saying? And so, but look, when you look at this economy, man, anything can happen, man. This is why you got to be thankful for the income that you have. And then also there's something called health. A lot of us forget that. A lot of us forget health. See, marriage is a lifetime commitment. And a lot of times what will happen and what is taught is that uh, they're short-sighted. A lot of people are short-sighted in a lot of marriages. They look at maybe the first couple of years, but they don't understand that at some point life happens. It could happen early, it can happen later. And listen, I say it all the time. Hard times reveal true character. And I don't mean hard times like somebody starts disrespecting each other. I don't mean that. I mean like what happens in life, health, financial, those kind of things. And Serenity, to speak to your point about um, when it comes to a woman holding out, yeah, I don't think anybody would. I don't think women would get behind a husband leaving his wife because she shuts it down, in the bedroom department. You know what I'm saying? I don't think women would get behind that. But sadly, you will hear women say, and I've had this happen on this panel. I had a woman say that she would leave her husband if he lost his job. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it's not all, but it's just, one of those things that, of those mentality that is out there that men who are cautious speak against, and they should. Just like a woman should definitely have a problem with a man saying, well, you know what, I'm going to divorce her because I'm not getting any play in the bedroom. But that does need to be discussed because, I mean, if a man has money, because I'm speaking to your thing about money, right? You can get a man with money and then he's cheap. And then women will call that financial abuse. And then you can get with a woman that's your wife and she don't put out in the bedroom anymore. That's sexual abuse to some degree because you're withholding. I mean, what do you say to that, Serenity?
I think it's wrong either way. If you're being cheap and it's not because we're on a budget, like those are things we need to communicate about. Maybe I'm not feeling, women go through things, they go through changes, right, with their bodies, like menopause. Let's go through menopause, right? They may change, they may not be willing to, all the time. But that's a communication thing. And babe, I love you. I think I wanna be intimate with you, and she can feel comfortable to say, it hurts. Or it's this or it's that. Maybe we need to, find an alternative or something. But communication is the key, in my opinion. Because um you're gonna go through, listen, the Bible says that marriage is long suffering. So it wasn't never supposed to be easy, you know. But if we end this to the end of the world, I mean, the end of the world, to the end of our lives, then we need to be in this. And so I just think people, I don't know. I think they're letting temporary things um affect their future. I don't know. Maybe I'm not saying it right because I've seen so many married people who get divorced just to go back to each other. You know. So
Yeah,
was it that
I've seen
deep?
that.
Was it that deep that you had to do all of that, waste all that money, waste all that time just for y'all to get back together? Sometimes it's about ego and it's about a silent competition with each other, which is weird. Or incompatibility. Sometimes you shouldn't have never been with that person to begin with. So But I think a lot of this stuff comes with age, you know? So that's why I try and tell younger people, because I know I'm older. I'm older now, So serenity now is totally different than serenity at 22. So
Yeah,
maybe I'm just young at this point.
yeah. In terms of what your criteria is today versus what it was, maybe in your 20s is definitely going to be different, and it should be different. If that's what you're speaking to.
I'm speaking about that. I'm also speaking about what you would tolerate versus your toleration level is different. Yeah, what you like, what you dislike is different. You grow up. And the most beautiful thing is when you can grow with someone and they're able to see the changes and appreciate the changes. I think what happens, that's why they call it the 7-year itch. People, they aren't the same. And so because of that, they want to leave each other. I don't know.
No, I hear that. What's promoted more? So what's promoted more than the actual life itself is just the wedding. So a lot of women may want the wedding, right? But do they necessarily want the marriage? What's your response to that? I'm gonna get the fellas to respond to that. Not all women, obviously, but I'm just saying what's marketed and pushed. Go ahead, Serenity. You can go first.
Okay, yeah, I do think that there are a lot of women who want the wedding. They do. They don't know what it entails to be married, you know, they don't know anything about that. And a lot of that is because a lot of us unfortunately didn't grow up in married homes. I did, but I'm still not married. So what does that say?
All right, fellas, y'all can respond.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed what she said. I was busy at the job, but yeah, yeah,
No,
man.
Serenity, you don't mind repeating some of that at the end?
Is that I do think that there is a lot of women, that are looking forward to the marriage and they don't know what marriage actually I mean the wedding, and they don't actually know what marriage entails, like the work that you have to, put in for marriage. And I said a big reason is because a lot of people haven't seen it firsthand, like they weren't raised in married homes. That's basically what I said.
Oh yeah, yes. That's always a big factor because if they don't see examples and they have an idea, they have a delusional idea what marriage is. They think it's the honeymoon phase throughout the marriage, and they don't realize that is the vows are very important. To love do us part, through thick sickness and in health. Those words right there, they don't take into consideration, or they just goes over their head. And this is all of that is through sickness, through health, through good times and bad times, and then and sometimes and sometimes it could be the health that's deteriorating, or health that battling with their health that's causing them not to work, or it could be a loss of income that's allowing them not to bring more finances to the household. So, and they don't realize that is it's through the thick and thin. That's what holds people for a long. That's what you want to see why how people marry for like 30 years, and I'm not talking about people that's been abusive and then they still stay all of a sudden and they continue to stay. But I'm talking about people that we love and support each other, and you still see them holding hands still after 30 years and 20 something years. Why? And they had the rough times. They've been through the battles and had the rough times. But the longevity part is that I'm gonna stick it out. We're gonna support each other. We're gonna love each other. We're gonna respect each other, and we're gonna go through together. We're in this together. If when you think like that, it works. You're a team and you're in unison. When you keep the principles of the Word of God, keep the principles of the Bible in your marriage, in the work, in a and you stick to that, it works. But when you are, it's always like a competition between you and her, and then she wants to leave because you're not because of the money situation, or you're getting sick and you can't bring nothing to the table, and it never works. Yeah, I agree. Yep.
Hey, Charles, Mr. Charles, how you doing?
All right, what's going on up in here?
What's going on, brother? I got a interesting topic today.
I see.
Do women marry for financial stability over character?
Oh yeah, they it's it's a business thing for them, and I get it because they looking for to be taken care of. So yeah, I mean want women if you're doing good, get your stuff together. Your character might not be all that good, but you got your stuff together. It's an investment for her, even if she just gonna marry you for 5, 6, 7 years just to get some alimony about you. When she get rid of you, you know what I mean? But yeah, they're just married for the sake of being the name of just to be married. If you're gonna marry them, they'll marry you. They'll marry you because I look at it like this: every woman. I ain't gonna say need, but wants a man. Because some women making money out here, but they still would rather spend your money than their money, right? So every woman wants a man to take care of, and that's one up. That's one up for them. So yeah, I think it's more stability. If you're doing good, yeah, they'll marry
Yeah, you know, if a man was to present, and this may be for a later episode, but if a man was to present a prenup, right?
you.
A lot of women will say, "Oh, well, prenups are for men who got money." Man, not necessarily. I mean, prenups protect both the man and the woman. I mean, but a lot will say they're not in it for the money. But let a man with money marry them, they ain't signing a prenup. I mean, what do you say to that?
Well, a prenup could be anything. Like you might have a clause, but she can't gain so much weight. There's all type of stuff that could be in a prenup. You know what I mean? They can't violate certain things, but some women will just say, "Oh, what you want a prenup for? You don't love me." But women don't marry for love. They marry just for the sake of being married. Because how you meet a chick and they say, "Oh, well, you got 2 years to marry me." Oh, okay. So I got 2 years to propose to you. So if I don't propose to you, you're gonna go to the next Johnny down the block. So you just want to marry somebody you want to marry. Not that you in love or like the person, just the fact that he dumb enough to marry you, so you gonna marry the guy. That's why there's so many divorces. And women be the main ones putting up because they never loved the guy anyway. Just to sake of just being married. That's dumb. Because when we step to a woman, first she gotta pass the eye candy standard. If she passed that, then you holler, let's see with a brain. Okay, she's kind of decent. So you mess with, but we generally like the woman, right? But a woman want to know, well, what you do for money? They gonna ask all these questions to see where your resources are. If you pass that test, then she'll mess with you. And I do notice this. Now back when I was a bad boy on the block running around in the '90s, and back then, we was making major money, man. Now what I noticed was this: it didn't matter the caliber of woman. She could have been white collar, blue collar, whatever collar. If you making money, they gonna date you. Now that might not be looking at you as far as being a husband, but they'll deal with you because you got money. You know what I mean? So it didn't really matter if you was a white collar dude, a CEO, whatever. If you got some money, they're gonna put you on their team. So it says a lot about women. They don't matter. It don't matter what you represent. As long as you got a bag of money, they're gonna deal with you. From a gangster on the block to running the, you know what I mean? They're gonna mess with you.
Yeah, I feel that. Somebody new just jumped on. Mr. G, you there? Mr. G, ATL finest.
Mr. G on mute.
Hey, Mr. G, you can unmute yourself, all right? Yeah, he must have walked away from his phone. But For those who are tuning in, I need some ladies to come on the panel, all right? Because this is really for y'all. I mean, anybody can answer, but I want to see what the ladies, want to say. Two ladies came on earlier today. But really, this topic is really kind of centered towards, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But Charles, speaking of character, man, like Zacchaeus was saying earlier, and women actually agree with this. I mean, women do agree that character is what really lasts long term. We had a woman up here earlier. She said that she don't care how much. I mean, I'm just going by what she says. She said she don't care how much money a man got. She's not going to marry a man who is lacking character. You know what I'm saying? Morality, ethics. She said that she wouldn't marry a man like that. She said when she met her husband, because this is a married woman. Shout outs to the married women, because you notice you hear different opinions from women who are married and women who are not married. You know what I mean, regarding this issue. But she said that it was character that made her say yes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that's like when I met my wife, bro. So what I should do, I was tired of meeting women because when you have money like that, they're gonna like you anyway, or they're gonna give you a shot, right? Because you got money. I was tired of me because I didn't know if the chick liked me or not. So what I started doing, I started playing broke. Now I'm not talking about a bum on a block, but I just play like I bought me a little Chevy Nova, some cheap stuff, like I got a regular job, and I started meeting women like that. That's how I met my wife. I was just a regular guy, or so she thought, riding around and I'm going to work till I had a job and all that type of stuff. I had things going on, but I wasn't at a 9 to 5, So I met her at a grocery store, shot my shot, got the number, started chit-chatting or whatever. And 4-5 months later, I'm asking her to loan me money, help me with my rent. Oh, can I hold $300? I'm kind of showing my rent. Oh, yeah, here you go, baby. Nope. No problem. She was messing with me for me. You get what I'm saying? Little bit of time. And I kept doing it every 2-3 months. I'll do that. Hey, let me hold something. I get my check. Don't need nothing though, right? 6 months later, oh man, I sprung it on her. Hey, baby, I was just trying to see, if you like me for me. I see that you do. And I showed her who I was for real. And it was crazy because she was so ecstatic about like, what, like really? She thought I was playing. Like, really? I'm like, yeah, I had to know if you like me for me. Because I, like you said, old girl said, character. She liked to hang around me. We laugh, we talk, we kick it when I have fun. And she liked to be, like, generally just being around me. And so what I did was everything she ever loaned me, ever gave me, I would just put it to the side. And so what I did was, I think it came out to probably like maybe 2,000-3,000, whatever. But what I did was everything she gave me, I just doubled it up and gave it back to her. I was just trying you, and you should have saw the look in her face, bro, to just know that, okay, if I did, then when people say I deceived her, but I didn't, I had to know, do you like me or do you like my money? She never saw no money. So who did she like? She said after that, I popped the question about 2-3 months later. She said, yeah. And we've been married 25 years, man.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
God
You got
bless. Yeah, man. For real.
Because you can roll on a chick, you can put her in whatever you driving, slick your foreign, whip, dressing good. Yeah, she gonna like that. But that's the easy part, right? How you know she like you?
Nah, that's real. Let me get to somebody new. Janique, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
How you doing, Janique? I like to explain the rules to anyone who is new up here, okay? And that is, no cursing, no foul language. Um, you can answer the prompt. Make sure we respect each other. You know what I'm saying? We're all adults here. And you can get into the conversation with everybody else, okay? Do women marry for financial stability over character? Your thoughts?
Mm, I would say some. Yeah, some were actually raised in different calibers. So it's just like if you were raised in a family that comes from a family of success, most of the time a woman would look for that in their spouse to be able to uphold that their beliefs, what they've been raised around. And you got some that's gonna look for gold diggers. Be a gold diggers, and some not, but I don't look at it really as a woman thing as far as that character. I look at it as a person thing because I believe both parties, some will date in the intention of what a person have, looking for something out of it instead of looking more towards the character and building. And it's a question that groups everybody in, and to me it's like more of a layer. Like during certain ages, I can see a person looking to build and not really looking for a person to have anything or much. But once, different age groups, it changes. And you are looking, for me, if I was to get back in the dating world at my age, it's certain things in a character that I would look for, and one of them would be where they are and how financial literate the man is. I would consider that in my while I'm considering dating that man, and I think that's fair for a woman. It's like at a certain age, it should be a certain maturity that comes with it, a certain type of security that you can give a woman. And, I've heard plenty of men even say it, like, if my things are not at a level where I'm good, I'm okay, I don't think it's even fair for me to try to build or come in and impose on thinking about building a relationship with a woman when I'm in such a needy space myself, So, yeah, I would just say it's a big question, and it does exist, and
Thank
it
you.
exists for different reasons.
Okay. Mila. Hey, Mila.
Hey,
Hey, how's it going? Interesting topic today. Do women marry for financial stability over character? What's your opinion, Mila?
oh, some women do, not all women, and it don't even fall with most women, only because some women are more attracted to money than they are to the actual person. They don't care. Some people don't care what the person looks like, what they bring to the table, none of that. They just, oh, if he got money, this gonna be the situation. He gonna take care of me. He gonna do this. He gonna do that, which makes absolutely no sense to me. But some people are just like that.
Yeah. Let me get the open eyes, and then she can give her opinion. I'm gonna go back to open panel. Open eyes, how you doing?
I am furious, and I am usually correct. So when I'm furious, I like to come on these panels. How are you?
All right. Now, with that being said, we do have a respect rule here.
Oh,
Okay, it's
yes,
okay to
sir.
be okay. Just
Yes,
making
sir.
sure. Yeah,
This
because
calms
I'm
me down.
okay. No problem. No problem. Because we're adults here. And I think we can have a healthy conversation, and we could disagree respectfully if so be. But I do like to
Absolutely.
explain them. But I do like to explain the new rules to anyone who is new up here, and that is, no cursing, no foul language, and we're gonna respect each other. Okay. So the
Yes, sir.
prompt is: Do women, obviously not all, but do women marry for financial stability over character? Your thoughts?
All right. You saying your thoughts is kind of an open-ended question. So my first thoughts that this is an actual question is disgusting. The fact that women care more about what name is on their purse or the color of the bottom of their heels over how they are treated, how their man represents them, how he represents himself. I would be with a homeless man that was a gentleman that opened my car door for me in the car I pay for before I would be with a cheating liar that had $6 million every month. So the very fact that this has to be a question makes me question humanity. That's my opinion.
Mm. You know, my topics do have research tied to it, and so the reason why this is even a topic today is because what happens is that they've done studies, they've done actual statistics, they've polled
Mhm.
people, and many women had at the top of their list, and I mean it's no surprise, but it's also not a knock at the same time, where financial stability. They said 78% of women in America prioritize financial stability at 78%. But, sad. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, now, do you want to know how I hear that? Since I am a woman and I went to an all girls Catholic high school,
Go
do you
ahead.
have any idea how many women lied to not admit it?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
Exactly. I didn't mean to
I'm
cut you
sure of
off,
it.
but I just wanted, like, that statistic is bad enough as it is. And then you got to think about the ones that ain't going to admit it, which is most of them. So the fact that 79% admit it makes me think that we are in Men in Black and I'm on a keychain. I am not kidding. This world is insane. And I don't mean, no, not insane. It's diabolical.
But host, was the question, did it include over character, or was it just saying how most women, it was a high percent who just wanted financial stability?
Well, there's like two things that they've put up, right? So they would ask a series of scenarios, and character was one of them. And as far as on that list, character wasn't even number one.
That is disgusting. Like, why wouldn't the person that he is or the person I am be the main thing you're attracted to, unless I see your eyes first and I can literally see your soul and I know you're a good human being. And that's the only thing I can relate to.
I would say it may be a misunderstanding for some people that know what actually character entails, and because integrity, um,
Correct. Right.
integrity is a big part of character, consistency, caring, sharing. These are things that are very important in a
The
relationship.
ability, like continued education, the ability, like if you apologize, you don't apologize to make it go away. If you are truly sorry, not only do you feel bad for what you've done, but you are going to go out of your way to make sure you don't do it again. And if you do, you're going to apologize more and do more work to make sure that doesn't happen again. And unless you do that, sorry means nothing, but I want to end this argument.
Yeah, y'all can go ahead and talk it out. It's open. If anybody had any questions for Open Eyes Only or anything, or
I'd
me.
love to argue. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that out loud. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, I just want to know, like, from the men, what is like character? Yes, that should definitely be something that women, just people, look at and want
Right.
a person of good character. So if we put that to the side, though, what is wrong with women wanting financial security? Now, not over character, but just having some type of financial security.
Now, see,
With
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I do want financial security, but I'm not basing my relationship on his finances. That's like us getting in a fight and him trying to bring me flowers or a ring because he's sorry. You are not buying my forgiveness. I have a huge issue with presents. Unless you're buying me this for my birthday, for Christmas, or because you thought of me, do not try to hand me a present because I'm gonna know I want to know what you did wrong. I can't stand men who bring you things so you'll forgive them. You cannot buy my forgiveness. My parents tried, so I destroy their gifts.
Hmm, in that same study about the financial stability, I will say that the women did admit that character is more long term. That's what's going to actually survive the marriage. So I will give credit to that. And no, it's not a problem for women marrying for financial stability. That's not actually where the problem is. It's just the fact. It's just the fact that a lot of things get ignored when your only focus is just the financial stability. I mean, you've heard
Exactly.
it's not all women, but sadly you see pushed on, social media, even prior to social media, women will say, I'd rather cry in a Ferrari than to cry in a Honda Civic. You know, you're basically selling your soul at that point.
You have
You know
no
what I
idea how
mean?
many
No, I
people are
think
on my
that's the way you
Facebook.
guys take it. As a woman, I'm gonna tell you what that means. It means if a guy is gonna do some F boy it, you might as well be in a Ferrari getting that F boy it than a Honda Civic.
I
Like,
disagree.
'cause either way,
I'll
well,
be on the
I'm not
side that
saying
we're
it for people to agree, and I'm not
right.
saying that
That's
it's
for you.
right. I'm not
Right.
Yeah.
saying any of
Yep.
that. I'm saying that I more than likely that is the substance behind a woman saying that I'm gonna get hurt. I might as well get hurt with money than with a clown guy who
But
don't have no money.
all
Cause
right,
either way it go, I'm getting hurt. So I'm
right.
just putting the substance, the true substance behind it.
But that
And
that goes to say that
O-
that woman
Open.
goes into the
Open. Hold
relationship
on.
knowing.
Hold on one
I'm
second.
sorry.
Hold
Okay,
on one second. Hold on one second. Open. I just
my
wanted
bad.
Janique to land. You know why? Because Janique said that that's how men are taking it, or maybe she's saying that's how I'm taking it. And there's other women on the panel, so other women could definitely speak for themselves. Before you talk, open. Let me let Mila talk because Mila did come off mute. Go ahead.
I got ADHD. I'm gonna forget.
I was about to reply to the other person, but it's it's no point in replying because she made her statement already.
And I just
And
wanted to say,
she wasn't talking about one set person. But you can
right.
go ahead, open eyes.
I wanted to say, if that woman is already picturing being in that Ferrari hurt rather than that Honda Accord, that means she is going that it doesn't mean, but really it does. You're going into that relationship knowing you about to get hurt, but you're gonna be crying in a Ferrari over a Honda.
I cried my Honda before I cried in a Ferrari.
Facts. I'll cry.
right, I
I'll give
get
away
it,
my
but
Honda. I'll burn
as
my
a
Honda if you
woman,
loved it.
at my younger age, and I went through it with a guy, if I'm gonna go through it, I might as well go through it and get a bag and get taken care of and get all the fine things going through it. Cause a man gonna disappoint you. That's one thing we know for sure. Men is gonna disappoint you.
Well,
And it
But you
could be
gotta
vice
realize
versa. It can be two
all
man
women
ways.
not
disappoints
built like you
everyone at some
though.
point.
Right.
We're all
But I'm
saints.
saying the logic of way some women think is
And
not
some
just
women will
saying
let that
I'm
man get
going
her
to
their
be a
car.
gold
Put it
digger. I want this out of a man. It's saying that men are gonna disappoint you. So why
Not
not be taken
necessarily.
care of
Yeah, but this
by
the
the
thing
men
about
who
being taken care
disappoint
of
you?
by a
Shoot.
man. If
That's
you're not
it.
with the right man that want to take care of you, while
Facts.
you he and ha in his face, and he taking care of you, everything that he buying you is still in his name. So if y'all break up, he's not gonna leave that Ferrari with her. He gonna
And
take
if
it.
he's not
Then she
cheating,
ain't
if
gonna
he
have
is
nothing to
not,
cry in.
if he
She
comes
she gonna
home
be
and
wishing she had that Honda Civic.
right, and if he comes home and loves you, if he is a good father, if he supports you, if he protects you, if he goes out of his way to buy flowers just because he saw something that reminded you of him and brings you flowers that he knows you love, like why do I even need to finish this statement? Why would you get with somebody that you know is going to hurt you? Why don't you wait to find the man you love? And on that note, I'm 38 years old and have never been married. Why? I do not believe in divorce. And if I get the slightest hint of you're a cheater, you're a player, oh, her ass is that, I'm sorry, that butt is so pretty you need to stare at it for 4 seconds while you were in a sentence with me, bye. I will not get married my entire life unless I find a man that is not going to have me, because I will burn that Honda Accord if he likes it, and it'll be in my name. I'll be sitting next to the burning car, not crying, looking on my phone for somebody else that looks cute.
It'll just feel much better burning a Ferrari. I'm just saying.
Now, that's true. I am not going to argue with that. If I find a man and he happens to have a lot of money and he's stupid, oh, left eye, I'm going to accidentally try to burn his shoes down. and then oops, the house went in flames.
Wow.
Facts. Because you know those tennis shoes are his favorite thing.
You got a
Set up
dangerous crowd
perfect.
today. You got a dangerous panel today.
No, I'm
Jeez.
just saying for real. Most of you men on here, I'm sure you've foul cheated. If you didn't,
I'd be shocked.
that's good. That is really good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you've did things that have disappointed your woman, and vice versa. Your woman have did things that has disappointed you as well. And so I'm saying, just from a lady who's been through being with a man who was okay with money, but men who had a lot of money trying to talk to me, and I still went through the disappointment with the man who did not have that money. At times I sat there and said, shit, I might as well have been with the man who had everything, where I could have been doing this and that, if I'm still going to get disappointed or still going to get cheated on. And so I think that's where a lot of those thoughts start coming in with women, but I could be wrong, and
See,
I
I'm
ain't
a
trying to
rebel.
speak for every woman.
I'm a rebel.
So,
Like, if you're not
well,
gonna be a good man to me, I'm gonna go out of my way to make you not want me. I'm gonna stop shaving my legs while I'm single, and you's trying to get me back. I am not gonna get my hair. Like, I'm not doing anything you want me to do. You love my long blonde hair. I'm dyeing it brown and cutting it. Like, don't play with me.
one second, y'all. Hey, Dexter, you there?
Yeah, I'm here,
Yeah,
sir.
I'd like to
I
hear
was
from
looking up
Dexter
all
because I
these
know
angry
he's not
chicks
talking to
pictures
me.
on their TikTok pages real
Dexter,
quick.
are you talking to me?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, you and the other angry chick. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
listen, you don't
Talk,
have to
please.
worry about getting married, ma'am. You're over 30. You got a 99.9%.
Yo, come on, man.
Bah!
Come on,
Gonna
man.
say who angry?
Not only are
You
you
can't
disrespectful and rude, but now see, now I'm gonna watch myself.
see
Yeah,
now.
please
Now,
do.
see now. Yeah, you can't come on a panel like that, man. Come
With
Yeah,
a
on.
he
whole
ain't gonna be
Jason
able to stay in
mask.
the
Get out of
comments
here.
either.
I
You
know.
know
I
that.
was waiting. I wanted to say it out loud, but I didn't know he was gonna get pulled up. I wanted to know if he was talking to me. I'm gonna pass away alone, waiting to exhale, just like you did. Boy, play with me. Come show up at my front door and say that. I'm from New Orleans.
Yeah, my. Yo, I actually didn't see that. I didn't see that until I brought him up. But yeah, yeah.
No,
You
I've been
can't come.
waiting to
You can't come
ask.
up here like
I
that.
didn't want to
Yeah.
cut anybody off, but I was waiting to ask. I know he's not talking to me.
Yeah, I mean, look, I can not like what somebody's saying, but don't come up here like that, man. Like, you could
Well,
you
even
could
the
you could
comments.
challenge, yeah, you
That is
could
so
you could
mean.
you could challenge somebody's point,
But you're
without,
gonna try and hurt them?
yeah,
Get out of my
like
face. You sound like you're in fifth grade.
peep game, right? I could not agree with something that anyone says, but I ain't gonna do all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, he said
I'm
another
approaching
angry single chick.
intelligently. You know what I mean?
No, I'm trying to listen to you, but homeboy just said another angry single chick. Do you know how happy I am to be single and not let these boys that want to, and I'm not calling them men, these little boys that want to be back with me, all my exes that won't get off my jock, want to be back with me? I am smiling ear to ear with all my best girlfriends while we are laughing in their faces for how idiotic their plan was, how idiotic they are when it thinks, oh, I'm gonna pull a girl. Oh, I cheated on you. I just wanted to make sure I could still do it. But boy, like, when do you grow up? At 85? So yeah, I'm so angry. I sound furious, don't I? When I don't play with stupid people, so I get a little livid when somebody like Dexter Morgan speaks or types, better yet. But you don't know angry. If I was angry, trust me, I'd be at your house. You wouldn't be here.
Well, my opinion of you is that you really sound reasonable. I guess he didn't.
I am a very reason. Like, I'm an
Yeah.
Aries. I go out of my way to help anyone and everyone. I will give you the shirt off my back. I helped a a heavy black set woman and an old frail black man push one of those old Crown Vics up a driveway to the Shell because they were out of gas during traffic hour, while I turn around and look at all these old ass white men looking at me, checking my body out, while I'm looking at them in their eyes like you were the stupidest MFers of. How am I, the female, helping these two people that need help with this heavy ass car get it into a Shell? They're in the drive of this Shell and they're struggling. They can't get it up because it's only two of them. And a white female's got to get out the car instead of one of you men, quote unquote men. My ass.
Hey, can I answer the prompt or can I step into something?
Please, because I'm
Now
clear.
you can. Hey Grace, so I like to explain the rules for everyone who's new up
I
here.
am
And that
so
is
sorry if I
no.
cursed.
Okay.
Yeah, let me mute you real quick, Open. All right, so yeah, I like to explain the rules for people who are new up here, and that is, watch your language, don't curse. TikTok guidelines, all right, and then you can answer the prompt. Do women marry for financial stability over character? Go ahead.
So I would say so married means you've been in a committed relationship and you know each other. Okay. I would say for me, it would have to be both. I mean, I wouldn't be able to choose one or the other only because both are important. Like if I meet a man, we're dating or whatever, we're talking about marriage. I mean, obviously he would have to have good character, good qualities, a character. He treats me well, he doesn't disrespect me, he helps out with the household stuff, not just go to work, sit on the game lazy, but financially we have to be able to grow together, so I would have to say it's both.
Can I pose a question?
Hold on, Open.
Okay.
Let me let Mandy come in, and then we'll get back to the open discussion. Hey, Mandy, are you there?
Hey, I'm
Hi,
sorry.
man. Mandy, you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you, Mandy.
Okay.
What's your opinion? Do
So
women marry for financial stability over character? Go.
I would say at first, yes, because I feel like my first marriage was like that. It was more about stability. But now that my career is good and that, I'm financially okay and we didn't work out, but we're still friends. But I would say that going forward, it's more about like how he makes me feel. Like, does he make me feel safe? Does he have a kind heart? That means more to me.
Okay. Open. You had a question, and we go back to open discussion. Go ahead.
No, I do. Actually, I'd like to say two things. Mandy, I totally agree with you on the ending statement, but I posed the same question to you and Grace as far as the financial stability. If you met a man and you truly felt it, and if that man is your soulmate and you see his last name, babies, growing old together and possibly like dying within 2 weeks of each other. Y'all are so in love. You can't live without each other. Would you not choose him because of his financial stability situation? Or would you get into that relationship and say, all right, you go work. And this is what my parents did. My dad worked at Coca-Cola and Pepsi from 4 a.m. up at 4 a.m., didn't get home till like 8 p.m. My mother sat at home as a stay-at-home mom, took care of us and filled out all of his applications for him. He now wakes up every January of every year with over $300,000 in his bank from renewals and makes over $1 million a year in referrals, not even going out and prospecting, in referrals by selling disability insurance for one of the top 3 insurance agencies in the United States. So would you not choose your soulmate just because he's not on the right timeline as you? Or would you stay at home and help him? Or even if you had to go to work, when you get your lunch break, would you try and look in your phone for good jobs and try and help him out?
So,
Okay, go ahead.
oh, go ahead, Grace. I'm so sorry.
So for me, where I am in my life right now, no, I would not consider marrying a man that cannot help financially. No,
Even though it's not his fault.
I answered your question. No.
Wow. Okay. What do you have to say, Mandy?
So, while I do want somebody that makes me feel safe, he has to have,
Right.
like, he has to bring to the table what I'm bringing as well. And I'm not saying he has to be like rich or anything like that, but he has to have a good job because I have a good job, and he has
But that's
to.
not what I mean. Like, I mean, what if he's in a position where he can't get that good job, where he's working so hard as a garbage man because that's the only job that he can get, even though he's got a degree, nobody's hiring.
Right.
Would you look down on him, or would you say, okay, I know how intelligent this man is. I know what he's good at. I know the perfect job for him. We could grow together.
First of all, I wouldn't look down on anybody. I don't think
I didn't mean to say it like that, but
Yeah.
like,
I get it. I get it.
yeah.
But also, I would beg to say that a garbage man makes good money. I may
They
be
make
wrong,
$40,000 a year. They make
Oh,
more
okay.
than teachers.
You know, we have to, our goals have to align. Like, money isn't what I'm looking for, but we have to have like similar, you know, lifestyles.
So what if he came to you and y'all have similar lifestyles, but he's in a position where he cannot get up on his own because the only job he's got where he's making good money, he's working 16 hours a day. Would that change your mind? Would that make you say, all right, we can figure this out together?
Probably not.
I know what you're good at.
Mm-mm.
Et cetera. Basically what I said before.
No, because I feel like I need someone that is aligned with my lifestyle, and you know, I want somebody to.
All right. Okay. The
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
entitlement
so
is real
I
here.
have a question for
I'm just
Open
being
Eyes.
transparent.
Please.
I want to
I kind
answer
of
that
heard.
really quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, Grace. You had a question. Go ahead, Grace.
So when I said in my answer, you like continued to like say other things, and I still said no, and then you kind of chuckled. I want to know why it was a chuckle.
Because the entitlement is real.
What do you mean?
What does entitlement mean?
When you say the entitlement is real, I gave
Why do you
my
deserve that? Why? So your man is struggling. Your man is working 16 hours a day,
but
and
wait,
you need somebody who's doing better just because you're worth it.
but this is the
The
thing. I wouldn't
entitlement
even.
is real.
Okay, wait. I wouldn't even pursue or get into a relationship, let alone marry. And where I am now in my life, I
Wait, I
would.
don't understand that. I'm not trying to be rude.
Wait,
What do you
I
mean?
can't. I can't even.
Open. Let her land. Okay, Open. I just want
But
to
I
hear
don't
Grace.
understand
Go
what
ahead.
she said, like how she started that off.
But
Okay, so
Grace, go ahead. But Open,
okay,
just give her a second, okay?
All
Go
right,
ahead,
Kevin.
Grace.
okay. So what I said is, I wouldn't even consider dating a man that doesn't have his life together financially. Because where I am now in my life, I'm going to need someone to come to the table where I am. It doesn't even have to be better, just on the same level financially, because I can't afford to take care of a man until he gets his stuff together. Does that make sense?
What I heard you say is, well, forgive me if I'm mistaken, but what I'm hearing is you were blessed enough to get to where you got in life. And if you meet a man that is your soulmate, but he didn't have the same opportunities as you, you're not giving him a chance. And all I hear is that equals divorce.
Okay, so I don't think that's what I said at all, because everybody has a chance to make their life better.
Ma'am, I have a political science degree, and pull
And
yourself up by the bootstraps is propaganda and marketing for America. It's not real.
I mean,
Can I respond to that?
I've heard so many stories of, women that come from or like foster homes, and they're now very successful. They didn't have
Yes.
families. They were essayed by,
Right.
their caretakers, all of that. So though even in those situations, like, they didn't have the same opportunities, but they still became successful. So it's not that I'm
So
looking
did
down
I.
on anyone, and it's
Like you
not
just
that.
described me, except
Oh,
not a foster home.
Open. Hold on a
I'm
second.
sorry.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Go
I got
ahead, Grace.
ADHD.
Yeah,
I
because
gotta.
she's just so ready to dig in. Like, you have
No,
to
not
Right.
dig
actually
in. I'm
listen
trying
to
to.
what
I'm
I'm
trying to agree with
saying.
you, ma'am. I'm trying to
Okay.
agree with
Okay.
you.
Yeah. Open. Let Grace land because Mandy has something to say.
Okay.
But
Okay, I'm
go
sorry.
ahead, Grace.
I mean, I don't think I have to keep continuing, but I feel like I've already said what I said. Like, I cannot afford to take care of a man
See, and I don't look at
when
it
he
as taking care
doesn't
of
have
them. I look
anything.
at it as growing together. So,
Well, what would
like
you?
I said, the entitlement is real.
All right, all
Well,
right.
I think
Okay, I'd like
Open.
to
Oh,
respond to
hey,
that
hold
actually.
okay.
that. Ladies, hold on a second. Hold that thought. Mandy got to go, and then Janique
Okay.
been waiting. Go ahead,
Okay.
Mandy.
Respectfully, Open Eyes, you say the entitlement. I say it's called standards. Okay. And I don't think there's anything wrong with holding standards and having standards for yourself. I've worked very hard on, I've been in therapy. I work on myself. I am constantly working in progress. So what you call entitlement, maybe for you, I call it standards. And if I'm, and you attract what you are. That's my true opinion. So for you to put her down saying, well, that's entitlement. No, she has standards and there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with having standards, but I'm calling both of you entitled. I have been working on myself for 25 years in numerous forms of therapy, and therapies that I could probably name that you've never heard of, that
Okay,
take days. You have to go on
but
a
what is
retreat
that?
and do it for 3 days because of the
Congrats.
trauma in the essay that I have been through. However, I am not going to compare apples to oranges. I don't know where that man came from or what he went through. I know where I came from, what I went through, when I was able to do, but I am a white female who grew up in the suburbs. I am not a white boy who grew up in the projects, okay? So I'm not comparing apples to oranges.
No one's
Y'all are.
asking you. No one's asking
Okay,
you to
you. I
compare
think you.
apples to
I think you.
oranges.
I didn't
I
say
think you
y'all were
getting a
asking me
little
anything.
too.
I
I think you
stated my
getting a little too
Wow.
opinion.
emotional about it. Like
Aggressive. Yeah.
if you
Yeah,
are
that's because I
if
think the
you're
entitlement is so ridiculously real. Y'all shouldn't even have a
okay,
place on this prompt.
Listen,
okay.
All
Well,
okay.
I
right,
just want to
open.
answer
All right,
open
hold on.
I'm
eye.
done. I'm done.
All right,
I
open.
digress.
Hold on. I need everybody to freeze for a second. Open.
Yes,
Open.
sir.
I don't mind your passion, but just make sure other people talk, okay? Just give me 1 second, open,
I'm
because I
sorry.
need. No, it's okay. It's okay. I don't. I don't have a problem. But just Janique, go ahead because you've been waiting. Go ahead, Janique.
So, with your question, open is you what you like for yourself. You can't impose that on others. If someone meet a man and they feel like they want to give that man a shot because they fell in love with him, it's totally their prerogative. It's their standards. It's what they want. So you can't impose that on someone else.
Yes,
Secondly,
ma'am.
when you growing to love someone, if this person, that man is in that situation and that woman do want to give him a chance, they should be able to be friends while he worked to better himself and she offer resources. And maybe they can
Yes.
merge and be
Yes.
better together. But what I do hear a lot of people imposing their beliefs, their standards. We are all put here to be individuals, and what we've walked and what we talked and experienced will always be different. And we have a right to have our own standards and what we want and entitlements as well. Because if you've put in the work to get to a certain place, everyone should feel entitled for one thing or another. It's just a part of life, really. And that's it. It's like we have to learn to respect each other wishes and boundaries as long as it's not tearing another person down with what we want. Our what we want and our standards is not making another person less than or feel weak. It's okay. That's
I
it.
appreciate you saying that like so much because I go hard and I don't mean to. But when I say the entitlement is real, I am not trying to hurt your feelings. I am trying to open your eyes. Hence the name.
And see
My
Honestly,
that.
I'm
feelings
not
aren't
trying to
hurt.
And I
argue with
and I
people.
can I can
Okay,
appreciate
I
that because I feel like you're a person that just wants people to see the other side. And I can appreciate that. You get what I'm saying? But you have to remember you can't make people believe what you believe. You get what I
well, to
mean?
be honest with you, I didn't grow up where y'all grew up. Where y'all grew up. I don't know where you're from. I don't know who you are, and I don't know what you've been through. So you might very well need that
Open. You're muffled. You're muffled.
Oh, I'm
Open.
sorry. I do that all the time with my finger. You might very well not need, I don't mean to say entitlement. You might very well need that validation. Like y'all have no idea how hard it was for me to do this.
But see,
I,
but see,
Again,
open.
yeah.
I
Go ahead.
came from. I'm not gonna say I came from nothing because that's not true, and I'm not
right.
gonna say that I was born with a silver spoon. What I will say is I struggled to raise children alone.
Me
So
too.
that's why I say I cannot afford to take care of no grown amen.
Okay. Now that
Well, let me
look,
now
same,
let me
same.
let me
Absolutely
interject.
same.
Let me interject. I hear this often on TikTok. What do you mean by I don't want to? What does taking care of a man mean? I just want to understand
Okay,
what you mean by that, Grace.
I mean strictly financially. That's it. Like she was saying, he comes, into the relationship and he doesn't have it together financially. You get what I'm saying? And it took for me to say I have children for her to be like, "Oh, okay, now I understand. Now you're not entitled." But if you have other people you're responsible for, like children, I would not risk getting with a man who can't, at least meet me where I am.
Well, that's why I like what Janique
Okay,
said.
open. Wait. I'm having a dialogue with Grace
I'm sorry.
because I've waited. So, Grace, it's still not clear. The reason why I'm asking this question is because women will say, not all, but many women have said, have it together. What do you mean by have it all together? I just want to make sure I'm
Well,
clear.
well, wait. I didn't say have it all together. I
No.
just said
You said have his. What do you say? You said something together. What did you say?
I
I'm
said
sorry.
financially. If you can't meet me where I am,
Okay, where's where you are?
You
okay.
did
So
say have it all together, I think, but you might not have meant that literally.
okay. Well, maybe I did. I don't remember, but I work two jobs, right? So I'm a dental assistant and I'm a CNA, but
Lord.
those are just on paper. You see,
Lord.
I have other things that I do that doesn't require you to report taxes as a way of income. Like
Okay, so
I also do hair, I also
So
help
you don't
people.
sleep.
wait, open, wait, open,
I'm
I,
just
wait.
being a woman.
mm,
She
No,
just said it.
I got you. I got you. Y'all got just give me a second here, okay? I'm having a one on one with Grace
I know women have issues. I'm
because
pressing mute.
no, I'm just trying to get a answer that helps me here because I don't know who Grace is. I don't even know what she makes for a living. I'm not asking that, but I'm just trying to get to because I've heard women say I need a man to meet me where I'm at, but
right.
where are you? We
Okay.
don't know where you're at. So are we talking a salary number?
Well, I mean, when I say meet me where I am, I don't mean like what you can, not a salary, not per year, right? But if you can contribute to helping pay, some things, like it doesn't have to be, oh, you have to pay the rent. You know what I'm saying? Not a certain amount. It's just if you have the ambition, if you have financially, you have what I can bring. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be 4 or 5 side hustles, but if you have a decent job where you make a decent amount of money, you get what I mean? It's not really rocket science.
I
Can I
understand
break
that.
in?
Okay, before you break it open, hold on, because this is still a show. Okay, hold on. I know it's TikTok, but it's still a show. So, Grace. So the reason why I'm asking a salary number is because that's what it's going to boil down to at some point. So you have the average salary in America, and then you have above average salary. So the average salary for a man in America is between 55 to 65K a year. For a woman, it's about 4,000 to 5,000, just under that. It's very close. So average salary. So is 65K a year enough for you, Grace?
Not enough for anybody. I'm gone.
Yeah, I would have to say if we're okay, so if we're doing it together, it would be enough.
Okay. So obviously we're not, and Open is not saying this either. Obviously, we're not saying get with a man who's unemployed.
Well, that's where I misunderstood.
No,
Yeah.
I misunderstood too. I agree with Grace. I didn't know what she was going through. I didn't know her situation, and I very much relate to it. So
Because
there was a
honestly,
misunderstanding in our conversation.
because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not looking for a man that can take care of me and my children. I'm not looking for a man that can do that. You get what I'm saying?
Facts. Because you could do it yourself if you have to.
Because I wouldn't want a man to look for that in me. You get what I'm saying?
Right? No, I want love. I want companionship. I want you to want to do that. But I
All right.
don't expect you to do that. I just want you to want to.
All right. Let me get to Mandy, and then I know Open. I think you had a question. Mandy, go ahead. I think you wanted to say something.
I was just going to say, I kind of understand where Grace is coming from, because while you don't date someone and say, how much do you make this year? You know, I believe that you date the kind of people that you're around, or that you're like in your same realm. I don't think that I would go and date somebody from McDonald's, right? Because I don't know. That's like a high school job. Does that make sense?
No, that's facts.
Well, you would get with a man who owns a McDonald's.
Right. And I'm not saying that to be in any way, like, I don't want anyone to think that I'm coming off like, what is the word? All about money or anything like that. I mean, just know, you know, I raised my daughter. She's in college. I worked my butt off to get to where I'm at.
Congratulations.
And thank you. And I was able to stay home with her, and I was able to do that. So the next person I'm with, he has to have the same goals, and he doesn't have to take care of me. Obviously, I have a career. He doesn't have to do that, but he has to be able to not provide, but just be equal. Like, you know, we have to have the same credit score, or a little bit close. Like, he just has to have goals. Does that make sense?
It does, but I pose another question. Like, what if his credit score got messed up from when he was a kid, or, you know, a young adult, and he didn't have the opportunity to fix it? Could you overlook that?
There's plenty of opportunity to fix it.
Wait,
yeah, that completely depends on where you come from.
Did you send me a heart?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I sent both of y'all a heart.
Thank you so much.
No, you're welcome.
So I get what you're saying, and I understand, and I'm not trying to be shallow, because if I fall in love with the trash guy, then I fall in love with the trash guy, and that's the most important thing to me, is how.
And you would be with him?
Absolutely.
Okay, then I'm totally misunderstood what you were saying.
But if you're going to ask me, like, what I want in a relationship, is somebody that can also provide, right? Because I don't need a man in my life at this point. I want a man in my life.
Okay, I think us three at the bottom are twins, and we just didn't know.
Yeah.
Malik, go ahead, Malik. Malik.
Oh, my fault. Yeah, I got in the car. All I was gonna say is that I understand what Grace and Mandy are saying completely. You know, standards are important. You don't have standards, and you're gonna fall for everything, and you'll just be with anybody, right? So I agree with what they're saying. I feel like, you know, it's important for a woman or for a man to love their partner, you know, where they're at, but don't leave them where they're at. You know, for me, for example, like when me and Jordan met, like I was super broke, and I was like, you know, in my feelings, you know, gaming, not doing stuff that, not doing anything to level up as a man. And then, you know, her kindness and her non-judgmental attitude, you know what, I'm going to actually become better, because she doesn't deserve me to be less. I need to be more. So I just feel like if you're a good woman, you'll encourage a man to be better over time. And now we're in a good spot, getting married in December. So it just takes patience, you know. It depends on the situation. And if you're patient, 9 times out of 10, that man will become the man you want eventually, you know. But I guess every woman has their own, like, time clock. So for some, it might be like a month. For some, it might be a couple of years. It just depends, I guess.
That was my point.
Yeah, I love that for you. I love that.
That's beautiful.
I know. I'm about to cry.
Also, I'm also in a different place in my life, whereas, you know, maybe when I was in college or after college, like, that's growing with a man, I had no problem, right? But now that my daughter's in college, and, you know, I want different things, obviously. So,
are we allowed to ask the host his take?
Yep.
You could ask me anything you want.
yeah.
What do you think?
about your prompt? What would you say?
Oh man.
So my research shows that women often do marry. Oh wait, you talking about my prompt or just a question that you guys
I
asked?
hope
No,
not,
no,
because
no,
How do
no,
I
you feel
no.
deserve to
about it?
answer the prompt. We
No,
want to
your
know what you think about the conversation.
about
Please.
your prompt.
Oh
Yeah.
man. All right, we'll take turns.
Okay, well I'll answer both. So here's where I am with this. In my experience, I have met there's research and there's my experience, right? So in my experience, I have met many women, not all, but I've met many women, today's women, modern women, who have told me that when the finances are basically number one, there's a lot of fear in their standards in terms of standards and preferences as far as finances go. A lot of women that I've encountered fear that money will change, and realistically, it will change. Income can shift and shape at any moment because what we do is we think about the first year or two when you meet someone, but we don't think about year 25.
Facts.
So what happens is, God forbid, somebody gets sick. I mean, nobody thinks about health, man. Like we think about the honeymoon, but we're not thinking about what can happen in year 15 if you even make it that far. You
Mm.
know, brother Charles has been married for 20 plus years. That's more than
Congratulations.
just that's more than just money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So according to my research, women have agreed that character does last long term. You know why? Because when you come home to that man every day, you're coming home to his personality. You're coming home to his positives and his negatives. You know what I'm saying? You may like the money that he makes, but you may not like the fact that he leaves his shoes in the living room and his socks in the bedroom on the floor or his towel on the floor when he gets out the shower. You may not like that. And at some point, you may not like him. You may love him, but you may not like him. But you may like his salary. Okay, so now he loses the salary. You already don't like him. You ain't staying. You know what I'm saying? Because now the very thing that kept you, he ain't got no more.
That's heartbreaking. Why would you want to put yourself in that situation in the first place? Like, then that's what I wanted to say earlier. I am 38 years old. I hung out with, like, the people on my Facebook today are a lot of the same people on my Facebook when I was a bartender at the age of 19 and 20. These females went for the finest boys that, and I'm going to say boys, that made bank. And none of them, I can't even recognize them, but every last one of them looks exactly like one of the Kardashians. That's the most, that's like everybody carrying around a Coach purse. What happened to being unique? What happened to being a leader and not a follower? Like, God gave us our bodies for a reason. Why do I want to make my body that God gave me look like somebody on TV that's orange?
And see, that's
I'm gonna go
why,
turn myself into Trump next.
and that's why I say, I think it's not one thing over another. I think it's both. Like you were saying, people when they get together and they're committed and they're married, y'all are gonna get on each other's nerves. Like, but there has to be a foundation that's more than financial. You know what I'm saying? So I could even meet the man that meets me where I am financially and not marry him because of his character. You see what I'm saying?
I don't know if anybody was talking to me, but I got a phone call, so I missed it.
Can I respond really quick?
Go ahead, Malik.
I would say, in like regards to the prompt, we have to kind of understand that like women marrying a man for stability has always been the case, even since the beginning of time. I feel like it's gotten more extreme because of like social media, like painting this picture of like this unrealistic reality where both men and women think they need to like work to get to that, but it's not realistic. And so I feel like, when in terms of like hypergamy, like now women require the man to make what they make, if not more. But all at the same time, it kind of like dwindles down like their pool of men because not a lot of men make that kind of money. So if you're a woman and you make $100K a year, you're pretty much like limiting your ability to find a man that makes that much, assuming that he even wants to. So it's kind of hard because social media is like getting in the way of like us, meeting each other, dating each other, or whatnot. And you have to take into account fifth, the music. When you have women like Cardi B, not being a good role model out here, women will follow that and adapt that mindset. I mean,
Facts.
look at Beyonce, for example. Beyonce was talking about, single ladies, but she has been single since she was 18. She's been with JT her almost her entire adult life.
Now
You know
keep
what I
him.
mean? So
Oh,
it's
I'm sorry.
marketable to separate men and women because it
Time out.
makes
I
them more
got something
money.
to say after Malik.
Me too.
Oh no, I'm done. I land there. I'm sorry.
Look, you want to go or can I?
Well,
Um,
let Mila go. Yeah,
All
let
right.
Mila go
All
first.
right.
It's open panel, but let Mila go first. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mila.
um, I was gonna say you cannot compare Cardi B to Beyonce.
Facts.
Beyonce has been with the same man for all of her life.
No, I'm not
Okay.
comparing. I'm saying the message in their music is
The
the
You
same.
but
don't know what her message meant.
it's nothing of the same message. It's totally different. Cardi B is telling you love yourself, choose who you want. Beyonce is in love with the man that she has. Cardi B is just open for everything. She not taking nothing from nobody. Beyonce has been hurt by that man multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
A
I
lot of
was
people just
definitely
don't
gonna say
listen to
that.
what's being reported. Beyonce has been hurt multiple times, just as well as Cardi B. So when one person is dangerously in love and the other one is just out here doing what she want to do because that's how she feel, you can't compare the two.
And how do you know Beyonce didn't sing that song telling her husband, look at what I'm going to be if you don't stop messing around?
You can't
Um,
those two people you can't put in the same category.
I'm
Yes,
not.
they do
Not to,
music
right.
together.
And not to
Yes, they
mention,
under the same record label, but at the same time, that is two totally different things.
not to
But
mention,
that
you
is
got to
the
keep in
thing.
mind
But
who you're talking
Beyonce
to.
married him.
As
Beyonce
soon as
married a man.
Rihanna came out around the time I got pregnant with my daughter, and I stopped listening to Q93, which was like the best rap hip hop station in New Orleans because of Rihanna. My daughter was not going to hear that on the radio. I
And
let her listen
Beyonce
to Lil
married a
Wayne all
man.
day.
But lovely, listen, like you said, the difference between the two is one is not taking it. But you will hear all the men praising Beyonce because she sit in the mess. She constantly accepts it and takes it and still put on appearance as if she's still sticking with her husband versus Cardi B gonna let you know I'm moving around. I'm not finna stick here and sit in it. But the men
Not
will
to
praise
mention,
the
oh, sorry.
one who sit there and stick in the mess. And you really don't never hear nothing bad about Jay-Z. Nobody's saying this a F nigga. He doing this to this good
You
woman. He been
okay?
saying
That's
this.
because
He
Jay
been
Z fell
Hold
out.
on,
nothing.
wait. Open eyes. Wait, hold
My
on.
bad.
Let her land. Let her do what she got to do. Let her say what she got to say.
Right. So, well, I don't like. I'm not into the media stuff like that. I just heard the point and way because I look at Cardi B as like a bad. I give her respect for making money, but I don't like the things she say either. But it's real. This is what's going on. So that's just what it is. So I don't listen to a lot of her stuff, to be honest. I can't help but to hear it sometimes, but I'm not all into her music. On the other hand, I like Beyonce music. I listen to her music. But, I don't hear people getting on Jay-Z at all for mistreating a good woman or someone who appears to be a good woman.
Okay, so
All right.
let
Band.
me ask you this. Hold on, open eyes, because she was talking about Jay-Z. Now, I just want you to know the only reason why you haven't heard anything recently about Jay-Z is because every person that he came to contact with is no longer.
Huh.
So you have to be mindful of the things. In early 2000s, Beyonce was going through some things and it was definitely in the media. That man ain't innocent by a long shot. Cardi B, on the other hand, don't care if it reached the media.
Facts.
She's the one to put her business out there on the forefront for everybody to see before the media even have a chance to do it. Because at this point, Cardi B stuck with Offset through everything. Cheating, babies, everything.
And
She did for years.
who actually knows when the
But
last
see,
time Jay Z
Hold
made a
on, open
song
eyes.
was?
Hold
but see,
on, open
that goes
eyes.
back to character.
Grace and open eyes,
Hey,
please
hey,
just
hey, hey,
let me
hey,
do.
open. Hold on, y'all. Hey, Mila, can you hold it down for me? I got to do something, okay?
Yeah, I got you. So what I'm saying is, you can't be like, oh, Cardi said this, and Cardi did this, Cardi do this, and Cardi do that. Beyonce so elegant. Beyonce this. Beyonce was butthurt when Jay-Z was doing all this stuff to her. Just like Cardi B was butthurt when Offset did everything to her. Just because a man has money does not mean he's the perfect one for you. Just because a woman has money does not mean she's perfect for that man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
And that's
care how nobody put it, what you say, how you flip it, how you turn it, how you burn it, how you boil it. You can't compare the two.
Now,
and that's what I was
can I
saying
go?
about character.
All right. So keep in mind,
Character.
they are celebrities. That they are actors. We do not know for a fact that when's the last time y'all saw Jay-Z and Beyonce making out? That's my point. We do not know for a fact what's going on in their lives. They are very well hiding out in the suburbs to avoid the paparazzi. Okay. So you cannot look at a celebrity's life and what you see on the news and say that's fact. I have a political science degree. It is fact that anything is on the news is what the government wants you to see on the left. And I'm not saying left and right as in like liberals versus conservatives. I'm just saying you look one way on the news because they don't want you to see what they're doing in the opposite direction that they're hiding. Same goes for celebrities.
Okay, well you don't even have to say celebrities. This is stuff that goes on anyway, though, in real life.
True.
Right, and that's the point I was making. I was just making the point they are mere reflection of what really goes on in the world, how men view women, how you will hear men praising Beyonce because she still is there in the eyes of the world with this man who have hurt her repeatedly, but they will talk trash about Cardi B because Cardi B gonna move around and don't care. That's what
See,
I'm saying.
and I don't even think Jay-Z and Beyonce are together because if you really listen to her words, some of her songs are beautiful. I love them. They are straight factual. And then some of them are disgusting. It does not represent the other song. Like the character she shows in most of her songs, she's got other songs that represent her evil twin as far as I'm concerned. So take everything with a grain of salt.
So
Oh,
I
look,
was
there's
gonna
someone
say
new on
I
the
had a
panel.
man. Oh, go ahead, Mandy.
Oh no, I was gonna say there's somebody new next to me. I didn't want to. I'm sorry, I didn't know if you saw her, but I don't think I think her microphone's on.
Is
I'm
it
sorry, babe. I didn't mean to
Marcelli?
interrupt you.
Did I pronounce your name right?
Marcelli?
This is the politest panel I've ever been on. I just want to say.
Marcelli, can you answer the question on the panel? Do women marry for financial stability over character? And then you can get back into the
Well,
conversation.
I married for both. So I would have to say, I was previously married for about 14 years. And it was more for the person that I fell in love with character-wise and not for financial stability. For me personally, that was a bit of a mistake because the person continued to be a little bit more financially irresponsible than myself. And I felt like as a woman, I was carrying partially the financial burden. We had 3 children. We divorced. I was single for 5 years. I met my current husband. I dated him. I was a little bit more smart, not just to fall in love with who he is as a person and how he is, but also to make sure that he has better financial stability than my previous husband.
Now, I have a question. Do you think that's on you or your previous husband?
Which part, hon? The fact that of his financial instability or the
The
fact that
fact
I
that
look
y'all
for
I
someone?
mean, just basically that the marriage didn't work out.
It was a combination of finances and also we were military and military brings a lot of like PTSD and things like that. So it affected him a lot more that he became a little bit with bit withdrawn, and I was gonna ask for a divorce, but because he was going through so much, that kind of I stayed for an additional like a year and a half in the marriage.
Well, see, I asked because I was gonna say, why would you like? I would be in a relationship with someone I want to grow with, but I'm not gonna marry you until I've seen you grow. But if you were in the military, those I don't know how you say it. What we use as the term for marriage is not the same as military people have to use it for.
All
Well,
right,
So I
y'all.
get
Be
where you're
safe,
coming
y'all.
us
I'm
from.
gonna ride out. Y'all have, God
Bye,
bless everybody.
Grace. Nice to
Same to
meet
you, Grace.
you. Bye, Grace.
for military, it's actually I think we have one of the highest divorce rates as it is, just because it
I
is
would bet my
hard.
life.
Right, with both couples or sometimes either dual military people like myself and him, or just single because you are kind of like single except for your husband or your spouse provides the financial
Well, isn't that
responsibility.
why y'all get married? Like it's basically
No.
like you get married, then you get joint housing, then you get your children taken care of, you get this, that, and the other.
When I got married to my ex-husband, I was in the military. I wasn't even, thinking about marriage. I just happened to fall in love and I thought the next thing I would do was get married.
So it didn't have anything to do with the benefits of the military
No.
marriages,
There
because
are
that's
people
why I
that do
heard
that.
I heard
No.
most people get married in the military because of the benefits.
Honestly, honey, as a single soldier and a married soldier, the
Yes,
difference
ma'am.
between a dependent like BAH, what they call the extra housing allowance, is
Uh-huh.
about $250.
Are you joking?
Nope. You
Wait,
can look it up.
She not
wait,
lying. She not lying.
I need
Can
you
I
to
say?
elaborate because I am not in the military and I would never sign anything over to this government because of political science. But wait, so the only difference between a civilian marriage and a military marriage is like $250
What I
in
mean is,
housing?
so basically, if a single soldier lives in the military housing, single, right? And depending
Mm-hmm.
on your rank, if you're over a sergeant, then the money comes directly to you. If you were
Gross.
to get married, let's say a sergeant makes $1,500 single a month extra for housing. Well, if he gets married now, he makes $1,650,
Oh my God, I didn't mean to do that. That's anxiety.
and that's housing
A
on the military
sergeant makes
base.
$1,500 a
No, no, no,
month.
no, no. I'm talking about additional funds that are strictly for housing.
Oh
Like
my
my
God.
husband, depending on where you live, like I used to make about $1,900. This was in California. This was also 2004.
Damn.
California's rates have gone up now.
1,800. Wait, 1,800 for how long?
1,800 extra. This is not my paycheck. This
Holy
is
hell.
additional benefits that you get for housing. So some people use it to pay their rent. Some people use it to pay their mortgage.
So they literally bribe y'all.
No, it's not a bribe. I mean, I went in as an 18, so I can't say I can say that it was the best thing that I've ever done
Well, that's
because
what I'm saying. Some people, some people have to pull themselves out of where they were at. But like, that's a bribe.
no,
No, a lot
I
of
mean,
it's
people.
called an incentive.
Yeah.
Like you
well,
have
no, it's an
civilian jobs that have
incentive, but
incentives.
I have a political science degree. I'm not I thank you for your service more than anything, but they
Yeah, thank you
they
for your
knew they
service.
were putting Agent Orange on their soldiers on purpose. They test the military soldiers, military soldiers in the United States experimentally without their knowledge
And
because
when
y'all
was
signed a
Agent
contract.
Orange a
That
thing?
kills me. Wait, what?
When was Agent Orange a thing?
Vietnam?
Vietnam War. But
Okay.
hey, check. Hey. I want
Yes.
I
to.
know
But
what
we're
I'm
getting
talking
on
about.
a
I
topic.
graduated with
Hold on. Like,
honors.
hold on, open. I want you to watch that rabbit hole conversation. That's gonna go down
Oh
a
no,
rabbit
Yeah.
hole.
that's
Okay.
a whole. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Let's just stick with the topic. Okay. All
May I
right.
say something?
Yeah, Mandy. Go ahead, Mandy.
Thank you. So something that I when I first got out of my first marriage, I was very fearful of losing a certain like lifestyle, right? And something my mom told me was that you have to be good on your own in order to be good with somebody else. So at first I was like trying to get into any relationship because I thought like that made me whole, if that makes sense. Like I was like, I need to find somebody that takes care of me and fills that void, right? And then you realize that you have to be okay on your own, because that's when you will attract people. So, meaning like being able to have your own place and pay your own bills. So that's something that's important to me.
I absolutely agree with you, Mandy. So yes, I
Yeah,
do.
I
I
definitely,
do. You
yeah.
can't expect something out of other people that you are not expecting out of yourself. And that was the same with me when I was so young and a split happened. I was wondering, how was I gonna do this by myself? Like,
Right.
how am I gonna
Oh my
do
God.
this? But I stayed single and I did it. And it felt good to know
Yeah.
how to put it together by yourself. And once you get to that point, when you go back out to dating, you still should have expectations and standards of who you choose to let in your life, because you're shaping your future and you have the right to have some type of discernment and picks and choices on what you choose and who you choose to shape your future with, for you and possibly children and family as well.
Because I was definitely choosing like the wrong men right away, and I was getting into just, it wasn't, I just knew it was wrong, and I was just kind of like, well, I'm gonna date him and I'm gonna date him, and it was for all the wrong reasons.
Now, see, I want to say I've got a 14-year-old, and she scares me that she is so mature and so intelligent. Because I'm 38. When I was 14, I was on bourbon. I was in a cab in the middle of the night, paying in quarters, sneaking out in New Orleans, going to the projects. Like, the generations have changed. Our parents had to be reminded that they had children at 10 p.m. with a commercial. So kids are getting so much smarter and things are changing so much. Like, the issues that we go through and the issues with the men that we picked because of the trauma we went through, like, I truly believe that's going to completely change.
Well,
Because
let
we
me
were
ask.
kids. We were
Mhm.
children. Like, at 14 years old, I found my soulmate. I was a child. I shouldn't have even known what a cab was, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So I have a question, right? Because we've had the ladies say, "Hey, character is important, right? Not just the financial stability." Fine.
I think character's
I,
everything.
so I want to ask you, open. I'm gonna ask you first. I'm gonna ask all of the ladies in terms of character. Oh, wait, Malik, go ahead. Go ahead, Malik.
No, you can go ahead and talk about this, and I'll talk afterwards. That's fine.
Okay, it might change the direction. You go ahead first, brother. I respect that, and then I'll go after you. Go ahead.
All right. So I think my point was missed regarding the music stuff. Right? I'm going to go back to that because I didn't get addressed, and I'm going to articulate it in a way that is receptive enough. So all I was saying is that the music we listen to, it does have subliminal effects on our minds. So if we listen to bad music, yeah, it's for entertainment, but it can also affect like our behavior, the way we think, all of that. So all I was saying is that in regards to Cardi B, in regards to Beyonce, a lot of their music, although it's entertaining, there's some of it that doesn't really shed a light on marriage. It's not really a good thing. Like Cardi B said, "I don't cook, I don't clean, but I still got that ring." Is that really good advice for women to listen to for a good marriage? No, it's not.
Now, wait.
That's all I was saying.
When
That's all
you're
I was
done,
saying.
I have to
Hold on, not
respond to
open.
this.
Let him finish.
And
Yeah.
then with Beyonce talking about all my single ladies, yeah, she's singing for single ladies and whatever. It's like an empowerment anthem or whatever. But she hasn't been single for all her adult life, so it doesn't really affect her. It affects the average woman.
I got to take notes.
So it doesn't really like the music that all I'm saying is that like it really is important for parents to regulate what their kids listen to because it can affect them subliminally and it have long term effects. That's all I'm saying.
Can I go? Please, please, please.
Go ahead.
All right. So, what are you? Malik. I didn't mean to say what are you. I'm sorry. All right. I got a couple points. I took notes. So, Beyonce, have you ever seen the video to Single Ladies?
Yeah, whenever it came out.
Okay, so maybe you want to rewatch that and try and see the subliminal, what's the word? The subliminal information she's showing you while she's saying those words at the same time. And I literally mean look at every facial expression, what's happening while she's saying the words that she's saying. That song and that video were meticulously calculated, strategically calculated. And you're a man, so you might not catch on, but it's true. Secondly, me and my best friend grew up loving Ludacris, Use a HOE, Chicken Head, Cash Money. We were on the floor at the Hot Boys concert in New Orleans, two white girls, and there was probably 6 white people there. We went to the Essence Festival in New Orleans at the age of 9 to see Destiny's Child. There were 6 white people there. We were the only 2 white girls on the floor. So do you ever consider that intelligent women know that these men or women are singing this to confuse people? And if you're smart enough, it's reverse psychology. All they did by singing Use a Hoe and Chicken Head was teach us how not to be hoes and chicken heads. We were making fun of the hoes and chicken heads while we were listening. I'm sorry.
Stop doing that.
The how. We were making fun. It was reverse psychology. And that's why me and my best friend are basically prudes.
Mm-hmm.
So keep that in mind. Like, intelligence makes a difference. You can either listen to that and be trifling and be like, oh, that's what they want, I'm gonna sell myself on the street. Or you can listen to that and be like, they're literally making fun of these females in this song. That is absolutely not what we want to be like. This is reverse psychology. Let's make fun of them too and learn. And in hindsight, we learned that's who taught us how to not be that type of female.
That's cool, but that's not the foundation of most hip hop. A lot of it is pretty destructive.
You're not from New Orleans.
Okay, that's fine. That's you.
Okay,
I'm saying
again,
that makes a huge difference.
Mandy, Open Eyes, we gonna go back to Fifth because he made his point, and I understand where he coming from now because I was the one that touched on the subject when he started it. I get it. But Fifth, can you go ahead with what you was gonna say?
Yeah, no problem. So I wanted to ask the ladies.
You said me first.
Yeah. I'm gonna have you go first, Open.
I'm sorry.
So I wanna ask the ladies, but Open first because I know she's eager to answer.
I got issues. It's not my fault. I'm a female with emotions.
So, what are the character traits of a man that you vet for?
So I'm going to rephrase that because I am not a veteran. What character traits of a man am I going for?
Well, vetting means background and checking. That's the word vetting, not veteran.
All right,
vetting.
now I need clarification because you confuse me.
So like,
okay, does it?
I gotta look. I
want
me to look back into his background. Is that what you're saying?
No, like what do you look for in a guy? What are your green flags? What are your red flags? Like, what do you look for?
Green flags are you're in the back, curious. You're not in the middle of the club. You're not dancing on everybody. You're watching. You're seeing what's going on. You're observant, but almost not noticed. Green flags are, if I am interested in you and I look at you and I see you catching me, like you're already looking at me, that's a neon flag. If I see a woman get disrespected and you don't even know her, but her old man just slapped her upside the head and you go knock that dude out, that's a neon flag. And I
hold on. Let me bring it back to the center. I think.
All right.
I think you misunderstood.
I could go far with this one.
Okay, character traits. So
protective, territorial.
There we go. I'm looking
protective,
for
territorial. You have to have integrity. You have to want to do better. If you apologize, you mean it. Like you're not apologizing to end an argument. You're not going to say, I'm sorry to shut me up. You're going to say, I'm sorry. And I'm going to see that you're going out of your way to change what you did. Trustworthy, honesty, gentleman, open my door for me. Lord, I could go on and on. Offer me a drink if you see me at the bar sitting there and I might be broke, so I'm bored. If you see me and you think, man, she's pretty, I wonder if she wants to drink. If you offer me a shot, that's a green flag. Red flags, you don't want to go there.
I would say if I was to start dating right now, today, or I would seek friendship first, I would go out. Well,
Facts.
even if I'm dating, what I would tune into is the way he treated others. Because when you're getting to know a person, you're going to get the representative of that person towards you. So they're going to try, even as women, to do everything right, the way they feel you want it to be done. But when you're looking at the way they speak, move, and treat other people, if
Facts.
they're making commitments and standing on them, if they're reaching out to children that they have and making sure they're well off, you see what they do on a day-to-day basis with the way they move with other people is really how that person
Specifically with their homeboys.
character,
Okay.
they speak, what they feel is important about building investments. Are they really attentive to those things, and are they really doing it in their real life?
Okay. Janique, are you done? I didn't want to cut you off.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. I've heard. Well, Mandy didn't go yet. She didn't have her turn.
Up to you. Do you want me to go? You can go first if you want. I don't care.
My biggest thing is respect. The way you respect your parents. I don't care what you do out here in this world. If you don't respect your parents, you won't respect nobody.
I gotta talk to you about that one when we can.
That's my biggest thing that I look for in a significant other. Because I did the whole boyfriend thing. I'm not doing it again. I've been married for 13 years, almost 14 years in March. So his biggest thing was respect. My biggest thing is respect. As long as you have respect, it shouldn't be, everything else should fall into place.
Can I ask you a question?
Yep.
Open.
She said yes. I thought she was a moderator.
No. Well,
Okay.
she is
Yes,
she
sir.
is a mod. She is a mod, but she reserved her space so that Mandy could get in.
I know, but then she said I could ask her.
Yeah, but you gotta
Go ahead, open.
Aye, Captain. I'm shutting up.
Fifth asks a question that he want all women to answer.
Right. I want all the women to go first. Then you're gonna go open. I'm gonna be on here for another hour.
No, I
So
just
you
have
got
to
time.
take notes. I got ADHD.
Okay, take notes. All right.
I am.
All right, open.
What was I? Wait, lovely. What did you say?
Try to respect.
Shit. Oh, language.
Respect.
Where's it? Thank you.
Yep. And just go ahead and go on mute for about 3 minutes.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Somebody put me on mute, but I said yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's fine.
So full transparency, like what I'm looking for is first of all, I'm very intentional. And second of all, I think that the first thing that I look for is there an attraction? Because for me, like I want to be attracted to my partner. And yes, all the personality, everything matters too, but I want there to be at least a little attraction, you know? And also I want I want to look at actions. I don't look at words or listen, because I have been love bombed before and I've done that and it doesn't work. So I follow the actions of a man. And so is he consistent with his actions? And that tells me that he's like a good guy, you know, if he's consistent, if our communication is good, like there will be no cussing or disrespecting. I think that's just, you know, if we have a conflict, we'll talk about it and try to like work through it. Because I think like conflict resolution is really important in how you solve that in a relationship.
Okay. Before I get back to open, let me get Bella. Bella, how you doing, Bella?
I'm fine.
Good. Hey, Bella, before you join the conversation with everybody else, the prompt is, oh, wait, let me let the rules say the rules for people who are new. No cursing, no foul language, and we're going to respect each other, okay? All right. Cool. Do women marry for financial stability over character? Your thoughts?
Financial stability. And you want me to elaborate on that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
would say financial stability because if you marry for love, you're gonna lose every time. I think women have learned that and adapted to that. I feel like that's probably also why polygamy and same sex relationships are gonna be increasing over time now because I don't think people even know what the recipe for real love is anymore, and character, that's very questionable with whoever you're dealing with.
Does that mean it's my turn?
I don't know
Right,
if
I'm
she was
shut up.
done. Her phone just muted.
Oh no, I'm finished.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Okay. Hey, Bella. Before I get into open, because I was asking every lady on the panel, what are the character traits that you look for in a man? Go ahead, Bella.
What character traits do I look for?
Yes.
Um, I like someone who is consistent and a man of their word. They pride themselves on providing. I like someone who is also naturally romantic that I don't have to teach or coerce into being romantic. I also like someone who is very truthful and honest, even if it hurts my feelings sometimes. Well, faithful. That's mostly it.
Oh
Okay.
my
Open.
God,
Go
please let
ahead.
it be my turn.
Go ahead. Open. Jesus.
Oh, Jesus, you right. All right, so let me look at my notes. Beyonce video. All right, that's lovely. No. I lied. Reverse psychology, that's not it. Respect. All right, lovely. When it comes to respecting your parents, my parents treated me like I was the murderer of their child. They had no
I
respect for
wasn't
me,
speaking
spoke to me.
on a woman. I said from a man.
Oh,
Respect.
okay. I don't know
Not
about
a
that.
woman.
You're right. You wouldn't. Like, I can't speak from, all I know is my dad thinks he can talk to me like he's Scarface and I'm his worst enemy. I'm going to show you, I don't know what's worse, Hannibal Lecter. Okay. So I retract that because I'm not a man. So I don't know about that. Now, Bella, who's Bella? Okay. Bella. No, let's go to Mandy. Mandy, shit, what'd you say, Mandy? Oh, language, S stuff. My bad. Mandy, my bad. You said something good, and I wanted to say my bad. I misunderstood you, but I didn't write enough notes. And then Bella, you think love, you're going to lose every time if you marry for love. And then you've got the audacity to say faithful, romantic, consistent, honest to a fault, and providing. Well, if you're not marrying for love, what are you marrying for? Santa Claus?
I'm gonna need you to calm down a little bit. You're a little too hype.
You're going to need to try and make me.
All right. Anyways, when I say if you marry for love, that is from if I'm over here thinking that I'm doing everything with you out of love, or I believe that this relationship is solely built on love, or you cannot pay bills with
Well, no,
love.
love isn't everything. I'm not saying
Okay,
that, but you said marrying for love is losing every time.
yes, show me some women that have married just strictly for love.
My mother.
And her love so much for your daddy left you neglected and wounded and
Correct, because they
unhealed
were both drug
and
addicts, so they
traumatized.
didn't know any better.
So she
So how are you going
lost
to
because she
shame them for
neglected her
being
children
in
for
the, how are you going to
love.
shame them for being in the generation of Woodstock? Okay, the next generation always does better. You should be
How
doing
am I
better than your
shaming them?
But then
parents.
let's not tell somebody how they should feel, though, right? I mean, that's kind
Mandy, I really love you, but I want to talk to her.
of okay.
You finished?
I thought you were talking.
Go ahead with whatever you got to say.
I already said it. You need me to repeat it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Bella is going for
Open.
finances.
Hold
Love.
on. Open. Hold on. Open.
Fine.
Open.
I'm breathing.
Okay.
I'm
Open.
holding my breath.
I just need you to just take it down a dial. Okay? We can talk to each other, but just take it down a dial. All right?
Fine.
Go ahead, Open.
Bella, you're marrying for finances, love. If you marry for love, you're going to lose every time. Yet you're looking for faithful men, romantic men that you don't have to teach to be romantic, consistency, honesty to a fault, and you want a provider. Are you looking for Santa Claus's twin, or do you just really want red bottoms?
I didn't say that none of those things
I
excluded
took
love.
notes as you
We
spoke,
was
so
talking
do not
about
lie.
when I said that I was speaking on strictly just love. You cannot be in a marriage and have a successful marriage based on just love
No,
without
that's facts.
stability
I'm not going to
or
argue with that.
finances in the
Open.
play.
Let her land. Let her land. Open. Go ahead, Bella.
But she didn't make sense the first time. She said it was love.
I think Open needs to be on
Open.
live with a therapist versus with us. Okay.
We're not gonna
Open.
speak on therapy in here, but I muted her mic.
Mutual respect.
Yeah, we gotta let. Okay, I don't
I muted
mind
her
people
mic.
talking to each other, but we just have to let people land. Okay, if when we let people land, we can't have a whole bunch of people talking at the same time. The
I
viewers
get,
don't like that.
sorry. I
Okay,
understand that. But if you let a pilot that doesn't know how to fly land, they're going to crash.
Open. You. Never mind.
Nope. Ditto. Same difference. Shutting up.
All right, Bella, can you go ahead with what you were saying, because I'm interested in hearing
Me
what you
too.
actually had to
go
say.
ahead, Bella.
I guess she assumed that I was saying that I guess you can't have one or the other. I feel like if I marry a man for character, whether I love him in the beginning or I learn to love him or I grow to love him, that's a whole different thing versus
Oh,
just
God, that's
strictly
worse.
loving someone. It's just strictly loving someone without character or financial stability, which is why I'm saying you're going to take the L in.
No,
If
I don't understand what you.
Bella.
Hey, hold on. Hey, listen. Open. All right, now I'm taking this as disrespect.
No, I don't
Open.
want you to, sir. I don't understand
Okay,
what she said. So I don't, I
okay.
can't let her land
you
her
can't
plane.
understand if you talking so much, you got to
Open.
relax.
Don't be so quick to respond.
Hey, everybody stop right now. Please listen to me. Open. Come off mute for a second. Let me talk to you.
I'm trying. My phone hates
Open.
me. I'm listening.
Okay. All right. Open. All right.
Yes, sir.
This is what I need you to do.
Mm.
I don't put people on timers, but open. When somebody talks, we gotta let them land. And before you speak, you just gotta let them land, okay? Because this is a show. I don't know how many podcasts you watch, but when everybody's talking at the same time, nobody can hear nobody. It ruins the integrity of the broadcast.
True.
Okay.
Yes,
And
sir.
this live will be on my YouTube channel.
Awesome.
So people do tune in. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
what's gonna happen is going forward is when somebody talks, you're gonna mute up in between. Then you're gonna talk. Okay. I don't want to kick you from the panel because
No,
I actually
yes,
like
sir.
you. Okay. I actually like you. Okay. I think you are entertaining. I think there's some talent there.
Thank you.
But we gotta let the ladies land.
You're right.
Okay. I hold a respectful panel. I don't mind banter as long as it's healthy. Okay, but we gotta let people land. Bella,
Yes,
you
sir.
have the
I
floor.
understand. I'd like you to
I
know
got
I
I
got
got
a
a
pen. All I
question.
had was a marker. Now I'm taking detailed notes.
I
I'm
have a
done.
question.
Okay. Thank you, Open. Go ahead, Bella. Go ahead.
Open, are you married?
Absolutely not.
Do you have children?
Yes, ma'am, I do. 2 of them.
Okay. I feel like you're approaching your conversation with strangers, which is also probably a projection of the trauma that you have dealt with,
Not
which
going to
is why
argue.
you're so combative.
True.
If you know everything that everybody's gonna say, thinking, feeling, and you got all the right answers, then you wouldn't need to have a conversation with none of us because you know it all.
Wait, I'm sorry. What was the last line? You broke up.
It don't even matter. What? Okay. Anyway, what are we talking about?
But no, I don't want to argue with you. I really want to understand where you're coming from because I started to agree with you, but I think I misunderstood you from the beginning.
What we talking about again, y'all?
I got ADHD. All I know is
I
what's
think
his name?
No, I
what
just
Fifth
we
heard
were
you.
is
saying
in charge.
is that you
He
Okay,
said
let
asked
me.
you what was you looking for, and you explained them very well. And so now I guess you're explaining why those traits are what you're looking for now. I guess.
Well, I would like to talk to Bella because I let Bella get hers off, and I like to kind of just wait it out. Okay, that's the kind of host I am. So, Bella, you mentioned some very important things, and I know Open was trying to articulate it, but it was in her way. But in her way that she likes to articulate. But I'm gonna actually talk to you. So here's the thing, right? We just talked about, and I know it's extreme because it's Cardi B, right? Cardi B went from one cheater to another cheater. Cardi B has gotten with men with money, and then she also has her own money. I said earlier that there are women that are out there, and not every woman agreed with this, but there are women that are out there, not all, that said they'd rather cry in a Ferrari or cry in a Honda Civic. Cardi been crying in Ferraris, Lambos, Maybachs, and Rolls Royces, and she's still crying in Maybachs, McLarens, and Rolls Royces still, right? The thing
Mm-hmm.
is that we know that money can't buy happiness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you look at people who off themselves, not all of them, but there are many wealthy people who off themselves. Okay. And so the thing is this, I get that people don't just marry just for love, but the point is, what is the foundation? Are women choosing as their foundation to marry someone? Are they choosing as their foundation financial stability, or are they choosing character as their actual foundation? Because a house without a foundation can't build or sustain. You go ahead, Bella.
I believe that's based on where the woman is at in that moment in time, because I feel like if I'm financially stable, the only thing I can look at is your character. Because I don't need you for that. But if a woman isn't stable or has no promising future in her eyes, then she's gonna look at it at a different standpoint. Um, so like women that have degrees or are financially stable, they still end up with the short end of the stick when they do decide to date or look for love. So it doesn't matter, what is really going on. I feel like as a woman, it depends on your morals, values, and dignity and what you stand on. So if I was broke, I'm looking for the same characteristics, but not every woman is like that. So some women prioritize different things over the other.
Well, yeah, clearly, because the stats show that women are prioritizing at a 78% clip financial stability over character, but then divorces are at a 75% clip. So that doesn't seem to. So money doesn't promise you, and this is for the men now. Money doesn't promise you a solid wife. I think that's obvious. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
and and, and, Charles and Malik could speak to that because they're the other fellows on the panel. Malik, go ahead, Malik.
Oh no, I totally agree with that. I mean, you can look at people who have gotten divorces famously, like Steven Crowder or even Bezos. You know, they have all the money in the world and they're successful status, and they did everything right and still got divorced. You know, so it just really
But we
depends.
don't know if they did everything right. We only know what we see.
Okay. Anyways, so I feel like whenever we're talking about like divorce and all that stuff, I think that, you know, if you're not willing to take time to analyze your partner, then you're gonna eventually run into some road bumps that might lead to a divorce. So money isn't everything, but I also say that love isn't only an emotion; it's a choice. You know, I feel like if you're loving someone, you're choosing to be with them no matter what. And I feel like if you really love your partner and respect your partner, you're willing to go the extra mile to level up and be the best person, which could be, you know, physically, financially, whatever. So I feel like if you really do love your partner, you're gonna want to be better and make more money. That's my take on that.
Can I
Hey,
add?
Charles, you there? One second, Mandy. Charles, you there? Brother Charles.
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
here.
sir.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
All right. All right. So I spoke to Mandy. I'm gonna let you go in 1 second, okay?
No worries,
So
no worries.
yeah, no problem. So I spoke to the fact that what are the foundations that a woman is marrying on, right? And what and in response, I'm talking to the fellas and I'm saying that um, no matter how much money you make, that still doesn't guarantee us as men of having a solid wife. What's your opinion on that, Mr. Charles?
Yeah. Well, I notice in women, like I say, they'll submit to you to a certain extent. You know what I mean? If you have money, they'll submit, even marry you. But some of them have plans, like, well, I married this guy, I stay married to him for 5, 6, 7 years, divorce him, reconcilable differences, get some alimony, or whatever her kick is. But it's mostly a business. It's like a business deal with them. You know, uh, character. Yeah, if you don't have good character, yeah, you will run a woman away eventually. But the more money you have, just the longer they'll tolerate you for a while. That's how I look at it.
Agree with it.
Am I allowed to speak?
Well, Mandy wanted to go, and then I
She
got to
can go
introduce
first.
Kelly.
She can
Okay,
I
go
was.
let me
first.
introduce
Oh, my bad.
before she goes. Let me introduce Kelly B. Kelly B, you there? Kelly B.
Your
Kelly B, you
microphone's
got unmute,
on.
okay?
I am. Yeah, I'm
Hello,
here.
Kelly B. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Welcome to the panel. I like to let people know the rules when they're new to my panel, okay? And that is no cursing, no foul language. Respect each other, okay? You can answer the prompt, and then after you, I'm gonna let Open go
Can
because
you
she been
read it
waiting.
to me? Can you read it to
Yeah,
me?
no
It's
problem.
so
Yeah, because it
small.
looks kind of
Thank you.
small. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do women marry for financial stability over character? Go.
No. I'll just say no. Because we have our own financial stability, like in these generations. So, character sometimes. Let me just expound on it if you don't mind. Sometimes character in men we have to work on. No offense, please don't take it offensive, but no, we don't. Financial stability we don't need men for. So no is my answer. We don't need
Okay.
we don't need men. Let me share with you. Let me expound on it. We don't
Okay.
need men for financial because we're college degreed. Like this generation of women, we do okay financially. So when we marry someone, or I'm not monogamous, so I don't know if this offends your panel, but I don't believe in monogamy. I don't. Marriage to me is it's not. I was married for a long time because I was conditioned to feel like that's what I had to do as a young lady. But financially, I don't need a man financially. So it's really kind of it's submissive. It's just so, to say a female needs a man for money is kind of, I don't even know how to respond to it because we don't. We definitely don't.
So you say we, but the statistics show that majority of women are marrying men that make more money than them. So
No
Because they're trifling.
statistics. Hold up. Statistics show that females make like more money than men now. If you do,
whoa, what statistic? What source?
well, just Google it.
Just Google it.
We have more
No,
degrees.
I need something better than that because that's
Okay,
actually
I
not
will
true
let
on
you
average.
know. I will let you know. I would rather be broke than have to stick with somebody I couldn't stand for money.
I mean, okay, I could take that. All right, Open, you could go, and then after Open is Mandy.
Kelly B, I love you. And if I was a lesbian, I'd be like, can we get together? But I'm not. Charles, I am so sorry for you. I feel like you've had really bad experiences and met some of the worst women you could have ever met in your life. And I truly pray for you that it works
Yeah.
out better, because
I'm
that's
not a
you're
lesbian. If I was, like, I've even asked myself,
Wait,
why
hold
am
on.
I not?
I'm talking to Charles. I truly pray for you, Charles, because if that's your opinion on women, I'm sorry for the females that you have had to come across. It's heartbreaking, and it was difficult to listen to.
Hey, you know what? Some things don't even need to be responded to. Enjoy your life.
Same to you, sir. And I like how you responded to that. It was perfect.
Mandy, go ahead, Mandy.
Something I was going to say is that I think that a lot of times we are quick to move on to somebody new if it doesn't work out. And I think that being able to stick with somebody through not just the good times, because let's face it, the first couple months are always great, right? And it's just being able to get through little things together. You know, I think that's what grows in a relationship.
I think that, like, you fall in love and you love this person, and once you get to that point, that's when you're like, I didn't know love could be this good. And you might be in your like mid-30s. So how much better can it get? Is how I like, that's what I just heard.
Yeah.
Well, I probably just need to find a good therapist because I just be wondering where all these good men that got divorced are. Like
No,
they were
I've tried
just
the quad
stand
at
up.
college. I've tried
Wait,
the
they were just
library church.
stand up men with good character, loving, financially providing, respectful, and the wives divorced them. Like, where you at? Because
I'm
I
not
just
gonna lie,
love
listening to
to
you
meet all
talk,
of these men.
listening to you talk, I guarantee you there's probably at least 3 men, honest, real men, that are stalking you right now, wanting to be with you so bad, but they too shy to ask.
No, that I'm glad that's your opinion, but I'm saying anyone that's around and in the world, and even the men, can you name 5 of your outstanding fellas who wife have divorced them,
No,
and they're
no,
No.
just
no.
they
Women
have
don't,
good
ma'am,
finances
women
and they're
don't
Nope.
loving,
divorce men.
respectful family
One
men?
mic,
Nope.
please. One mic, please. Go ahead,
Ma'am,
Jen.
listen,
Go ahead, Janique.
let me answer her. Let me answer her open. I got
She
her.
didn't ask a question. She didn't finish her
Well, she
question. Go
just
ahead,
trying to
Janique.
find a good man that just, a woman just divorced him for no reason. We don't divorce
Women don't
men for
leave
no
good
reason,
men.
ma'am.
I
Stop it.
disagree. There's great men out
No,
there.
no, that's what I'm saying. That Kelly, that's the point I'm making. Wait, but that is what the men are saying, that the divorces are all at an all-time high because women are the ones who are jumping in and then they're divorcing the men. And these men that are
No,
getting
there's this.
divorced, they are
I give
saying it
them to
as if
this.
they were
It
just
doesn't mean nothing.
good men.
Yeah, they're
So
just good men. Listen, let me tell you something. My husband, my ex-husband, I did not want to, I did not go into a marriage. I did not walk up an aisle to plan for divorce. But when so here's the thing. Men, in their opinion, they're good men. But to females who depend on emotional stability, on support, it's not about the money. I think that's what this prompt is talking about. I didn't need his money. I have my own money.
I
But
wish you would have been here earlier. I'm sorry.
hold on,
Fifth.
baby girl. Hold on, sis. Let me respond to her. We don't walk up an aisle and pick a wedding dress and in our dreams to plan on divorce. I just want men to hear me. Anyone listening, men, we stand by you. We give you multiple choices, multiple chances. Like we fight hard for our marriage. The fact that I divorced my ex-husband was traumatizing, but I didn't have a choice. I'm not going to ever bring up the reason I did. I'm never going to dog him out. He's the father of my children, but I didn't get married to get divorced. Trust that. And so when men are like, oh, we're good men and women are just divorcing us. No, women stand by you. They fight for you. They fucking try their hardest.
I have to
So
follow you up with the
Person,
fact that
watch your
that's why I
language.
can't stand the idea of marriage for my husband. I don't want my husband to see me walking down the aisle and knowing that I'm in a white dress and every person in the quote unquote audience is how I view it, knows I am going home to sleep with that man that night. So any sickos are going to picture me, look at me in a disgusting way, picture me with him. Like,
What are you
I think
talking
that's,
about?
it reminds me of the Game of Thrones.
Wait,
And
what?
I want to be married. I would love a beautiful wedding. But as I grew and thought about it, it's disgusting. I don't want sickos imagining and knowing what me and my husband are going to go home and do that
That's a
night.
wild take.
And
Okay.
to the point
That's a
where
wild
I
take.
wouldn't want to have schmecks on my wedding night just because I had a wedding.
Can I
Yeah,
say something?
that's a wild take. So that's a wild take.
Can I say
That's just
something?
left
Hey,
field.
Mandy, wait 1 second. Malik actually been waiting for a while, and
Oh,
then
I'm
Mandy,
so
you can go
sorry,
right after
Mandy.
Malik. It's okay, Mandy. Malik, go ahead, Malik.
I don't even know how to respond to that. Okay. So what was the original question? Because we kind of moved like kind of everywhere.
Janique asked, "Where are these good men who've women who file for divorce?"
We're all the good men. Um, I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Probably at peace.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Like, I think when it comes to like men fighting for marriage or whatnot, it really depends on who they're fighting for. You know, if you're a woman isn't good or you're not finding anyone, you're not gonna really want to try. So you're gonna resort to complacency and laziness and all kind of stuff. So I mean, it just I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Yeah, I
So you
guess.
say they go and get depressed and get
No, I'm not saying. I'm
complacent?
just saying that they don't try. There's nothing to fight for. Because if there are no good quality women,
So,
then
but
there's nothing
once
to
they
fight for.
divorce, they're such good stand-up men. I'm quite sure it's more women. It's not all women that's
Well,
like that. So they just give up after that. They
well,
don't find a good woman.
that's not true. It's actually harder for women to get with a man than it is for men to get with a female. When the men get divorced, they're in a better position financially and overall good like health. They can find a woman a lot easier than a woman can. Depends on how long they're married for.
Hmm.
So I mean, I don't know. It just depends on who you're with, I guess.
Can I
that,
say
sir,
something?
that's not true. Can I tell you? When I got divorced,
Well,
like
Kelly, hold on a
I'm
second.
saying on average,
Mandy, yeah, Mandy was waiting.
on
Go
average,
ahead,
not
Mandy.
everyone. On average.
Okay, I just wanted to say that I think that it's so important to focus on yourself first and find things that you like to do, because when you do that, I'm telling you, the men are there, and be present in what you do. I find like the guy I'm seeing now, I've been friends with him forever, right? And just when I was focused on myself and doing things I like I play tennis and I do, fun book club and stuff with my friends. So those types of things, that's when the men will come. That's when you'll start noticing that the men will come. And there are absolutely good men out there. Just because you had a divorce or you had a breakup doesn't mean that there's not good men out there. There's a lot of good men out there.
And the best
Mandy,
women out there, in my opinion,
wait,
I'm
open,
sorry,
wait. I got a question.
I'm bad at
Mandy,
life.
what was he in the friend zone?
He actually was. Yeah. Hmm.
Okay,
I
to
mean,
answer Janique's question, that's where the good men are. A lot of women, not all, but a lot of women have left their husbands in the friend zone and married somebody else who was not supposed to be their husband,
Right.
and that good man is sitting up there in the friend zone. Y'all go ahead, y'all can speak to that.
I
I
definitely
can't.
agree with
I have
that.
ADHD
Okay,
and I had
hold
a really
on.
good point for Mandy, and now it's
That
gone
is
because I don't even know what
totally
she
facts.
said.
So
Okay, so hold on. Let me respond to what Fifth just said. I literally friend zone this one guy that he was trying to talk to me, but he didn't just blatantly come out and say it. He been my friend for almost 17 years.
yep.
And then once I got married, he was like, "Oh well, I had plans on this, that, and the third, and we could have did this, that, and the third." And now he work in corporate, he do all this, and I'm like, okay, I'm not money
Fuck.
hungry. I don't want to be with this person because he think I want to be with him because he has this. I'm not a materialistic person. Quite frankly, I don't care what you have.
Hmm.
Hmm.
All right, I have a question, and now this is serious because I'm confused about my life completely. Specifically, Lovely, what's your name?
Mila.
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 All right. And to the men. So I've got like 3 guy best friends, and I truly thought they were my guy best friends. But
No,
I
they
know. I swear to God, I think they want to be with me. And now I'm
they definitely
petrified because I
do,
thought they were
sis.
really good men that were just my best friends. And now I'm like, so there's no such thing as a guy best friend that doesn't want to
No,
be with you.
no man. Listen, let
Son
me
of
tell
a
you, sis.
mother.
Let me tell
What's your
you,
language?
sis. No man is your best friend unless he wants to fuck you.
That's not. Why didn't I get a handbook?
I don't know,
This is common
but I'm
sense.
telling you.
That's that.
Like
I did not know that because
Okay,
I
you
so
am
do
a
now,
female
though.
that can
I'm
hold on,
have a
telling
guy
Kelly.
you.
best
Hold on,
friend, and I
Kelly.
don't want to schmex him. Like I
But he
literally look at him
does.
like
But
a
he
teddy bear,
does.
and he's my
He's
big
waiting on
brother.
you on that one night when you're sad. He's
Ugh.
just waiting, girl. I
God bless
promise.
Okay,
America.
but hold on.
F
God
America.
bless America, land of the
God bless
free.
nothing. God bless women.
Kelly and Open, hold on, because all men are not the same. All
Yes,
men
they
are
are.
Yeah, but you
Men,
don't
listen,
understand. I've been getting
men are the
signs.
same. I'm an expert
all
at
men
men.
But I've
I
been
am
getting
an ex.
signs from my
Listen,
ex best, or well, like we don't chill anymore.
I don't
But
have
they
any.
stopped
You know
chilling with
what?
me over issues I
I
had with
well,
other
we gonna
dudes.
we gonna dead that conversation because y'all
Men
not gonna hear
ain't. They're
nothing
Please,
else
not
I
I'm
your
need
saying.
friend.
advice.
They still
Fifth, you
wanting to
got a new
mess with
person on the
you.
panel right here in the
No, I
corner.
need advice.
I'm
Oh God.
telling you,
Would you like to
ain't no
introduce
man your
him
best
or
friend.
her to the
In the
panel?
back of his
Fifth.
mind,
There's
listen,
someone new on the
open. In
panel.
I'm
the back
listening.
of his mind, he's waiting on his. He's just waiting on his.
Chance? No. God,
There's someone new in
God,
that
that's not
panel.
fair.
It's
This life is
facts. It's
BS.
not fair,
No,
but it's
because y'all
facts.
don't understand. All men are not the same. If all men was the same, everybody would be divorced. Nobody would be with nobody.
All men are
So
the
what are you
All
same.
saying,
men are
Mila?
not
They
the
Are
are.
you
same.
saying it is possible for you to have a man best friend that does not
No,
really
it's
truly want to
not.
be with you?
No.
No, I don't.
Because you
I
know what
don't
your best
have.
friend does, open?
I
Hold
don't
up,
Wait,
have a
I
y'all.
need to
male
hear
best
Can
from the
I
friend.
men because I
can I
love
talk to her? Stop
I
talking
love
over
hearing
me.
you, Kelly, and I
Open,
love hearing you,
listen.
Mila. But
A
I need to
best
hear what
Okay,
these
friend.
men
This
say.
is
let me
what
show
a
you something.
best
They're not
All
going to
right,
tell the
that's what
truth.
we
I
do.
lied.
We ain't doing that.
Facts.
Hi, Ramon.
Hey, you guys.
You know,
Hey,
I've been mad at God, but
hold
I'm
on.
about to
Hey,
start praying again, and
we
he
need
wow.
gonna hear
another
me.
person too.
all right,
Hold
someone
on,
tell the
open.
goddamn truth up in here. Stop.
Hey,
There
let
ain't
me
no
ask
man that's
y'all
gonna come
too.
up in here and tell the truth
Fifth,
about
it's a
that.
I want to
new
ask y'all
person
two
on the panel.
women.
Would you please
Is
Hey,
state
he
your
a
hey,
name?
dude?
hey, hey, y'all, stop.
Will you tell us?
Mila's trying to bring in Ra, and Mila is a moderator, okay? So she can kind of do what I could do. Ra Moon, how you doing, Ra Moon?
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? I'm okay.
That's a
Um.
Good,
female. Hey, Ra.
good.
Oh, you probably ain't gonna like me after I ask you these questions.
No,
Um.
Well,
I probably
well,
will.
well. Answer the prompt first. Do women marry for financial stability over character? Go ahead.
Yes, they do.
All right, expand more. Hey, y'all, check. Give me 1 second, okay? But yeah, go ahead, Ramu. Go ahead.
Um. Expand on that. That's how most of these females is raised unconsciously. They looking for the next come up, and they bypass character traits that are very important, and then they
Mm-hmm.
find out those dysfunctions never represented them, and then they get divorced, and then they bash men for making
Mm-hmm.
unhealthy decisions. And frankly, I'm sick of hearing it.
Who did you think was not gonna like you?
Oh,
The host?
I haven't asked you a specific question that
No, but
kind of forced it.
I completely agree with what you just said.
So let me ask you this question:
Yes, ma'am.
how long did you know your husband before you married him?
No, ma'am. I have had three real relationships in my life. I've never been married.
And did you go to therapy after any of those?
I've been in therapy since I was 14 from my childhood, my parents, and then relationships.
Okay, so did you ever find out that a lot of your trauma and how you view things was based on the foundation of your parents and on how they raised you?
Yes, ma'am, to the point where I was their doormat and I let them control me, walk all over me. And now I throw in my dad's face the fact that because he was so busy pretending to be a doctor on the weekends at home with his wife, and powder with stuff that goes in your veins, that I was next door being SA'd by his brother. And he can't even speak about it. He can't live it down. And I'm to the point where I throw it dead in his face. You want to call me a bad parent? I went to Children's Hospital voluntarily parenting center when my 2-year-old slammed the door twice in a row naturally because I sent her to her room. And I was like, oh my God, I cannot be my parents. What the heck do I do? And I went and took parenting classes.
Let me cut you off. If
I'm done.
Just with all that, and you still you reminiscing on that.
What do you mean reminiscing? Like
you brought it up. You
brought what up? That the SA?
Trauma, that type of trauma is still on you.
Oh, right? Is it? Like, you don't understand. It was so bad. Like, it's coming to me as I grow.
I get it. And then this is the type of trauma that women are bringing unconsciously to men in relationships.
I'm not arguing with that in the slightest bit. I mess things up on purpose.
I am so tired of the bitter woman syndrome.
I am not a bitter woman. I am traumatized. I self-sabotage on purpose because I don't want to be hurt again. And I don't know how to trust. So explain to me how that is bitter.
That's what bitterness is, sweetie.
Sweet, I don't know how old you are or who you are or where you from, but you don't know what you're talking about me. Bye.
Can we get back to the premise of the whole conversation?
Yes, maybe so.
I was gonna mention.
That's my point, but that's the premise of the conversation.
How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 50. I'm 50.
And I knew it. Thank you, Boomer. Bye-bye.
Rue, no, I agree with you.
Gen X.
I agree with you.
Gen X.
Same difference, bro. You needed a
Moon, I agree with you. I think I couldn't agree more, actually. I think
you needed a commercial to know where you're.
That's the problem. Women don't want to take accountability. They want to force it on men. And if you really know men,
I don't force it on
men. Focus is providing and taking care of the family.
You do know you needed a commercial to know where your children were.
Sweetie, I don't need a commercial. Stop trying to.
You did back then.
My parents, see, unbeknownst to you.
Can I say something? If anyone
knew where I was at.
Please.
I've been sitting here listening for over 2 hours. And I deliberately told Mr. Fifth, I don't want to be a host. I want to be on the paddle and listen. And listen, and I put a lot of chat and no one pay attention because you're yapping. Listen, ladies, this is no disrespect to anyone. Outside of God relationship, you cannot have a relationship with a man. I hope that didn't go over your head.
Well, who's arguing with that?
You are.
No, sir, I am not.
Excuse me, stop. You are very combative. You talk and you don't listen. How many times females gonna come on the paddle and tell you, you said, what you say? Because you're not listening. You so quick to respond. Listen, ladies, listen. The way your guys doing it is wrong because it's divorce rate. You're the guys filing for divorce, not men.
Yes, sir. I didn't realize you were God. Have a nice.
Stop. You are very disrespectful, and you need to hear this. You're rude. You're traumatized, and I work in mental health as well in nursing. I know what you're going through, but you need to take accountability. Stop. You cannot be held accountable for what happened in your youth, but now you can. Self-control, young woman, self-control. Without that, you're not a married wife. You're not a married material. You're not. You're far from that. And the thing is, your guy's not talking about love. Everything you speak about is hate and negative. Where is the love? Love is the number one thing. And without that, we're all going to fail. Because when you love someone, you're going to look out for that one. When you love someone, you're going to grow together. When you love someone, you're going to build financially togetherness, as Beyond just said. And man is telling you, but you're not listening. But you will listen to who? Cardi B and Beyonce, not good role models.
You all know the truth, but you decide to do it on your own. I don't need a man. I'm making 120,000. You need a man for structure.
Hold on.
You need
No.
a man for structure. Stop being Eve. Stop being Eve and don't take accountability for what you did. Stop making decision and you're making a havoc of it. You come on platform, the longer you speak, you put your damn foot in your mouth. All of your guys, except for a few. If you don't apply, let it fly. I'm sick of it. Your guys don't want to hear the truth, and when you tell you the truth, you bicker with it. You are traumatized and bring all your damn luggage in a relationship, not giving a man a chance. Let me tell you something, and I'm going to keep it real. I was a supervisor director for years. I lost my job. Making almost 100 grand a year. My wife was making good money. She worked from home. Good money. But I lost my job. I took a part-time job. Not up to the standard to cover no bill. My wife, she handled it. No choice. She handled it. Until I get back on my feet. Now I'm back in nursing. We're good. That is love. That is character and love for a person that you build a relationship together. You want to do it by yourself. Oh, go get your education. All of your women, I have it all, but you don't have a damn husband. You're single raising kids. A woman cannot teach a man how to be a man. You're raising sassy men with no damn character. Then you want to say there's no good man. Who's raising them? If you don't want the man, who's raising them? White or black, I don't give a damn what color you are. You're all the same. Y'all don't listen. You do what you want to do. If things don't go well, you're ready to bail out. Man is there for love, distant from the long term, not short term, long term. But your eye is so gluttony, you want, and there is no love in these marriages. That's why you guys fight for divorce. You prefer money over God. So deal with it. And I'm keeping it real. You don't have to agree with it, but it's facts. And I'm out.
Well, I think that when we have these conversations, it shouldn't be about woman and man, because at the end of the day, it's both parties who take accountability in their world and the way they shape them. So for a man to come on and be so adamant about women, and y'all, it tells me a lot about you, because I am a woman and you're not listening to me. It is a lot of men who are males. They do not take accountability and they move in a reckless manner. And some of those men are some husbands that women marry. And it's vice versa.
Wrong.
So,
You
Wrong.
didn't hear
no,
what he
it's
said.
not. Every
You
man,
didn't
and
hear what he
I did
said.
Wrong.
not
I'm going to
cut you
stop you. You're
off.
wrong. You're
I
wrong.
did not
The way you're
stop
thinking is
you.
wrong.
I did not stop
I
you.
understand y'all, man. They've been on this
No.
platform for 2 hours going
I
around
did
circles
not
talking
stop you,
garbage.
though.
You need to take
I said
accountability.
that it is
Take
both. I
accountability.
don't care what way you try to shake the cards and deal them. It takes two people to create and work on each other to create a healthy environment, a healthy relationship. We supposed to pour into each other. We're
But
supposed to build each other up. We're supposed to
that's not
respect
the
each
conversation
other.
I heard for the last 2 hours.
No. You're not listening.
I'm
And that's the
listening.
problem. No
Okay.
one wants to listen. You want to come on and let them things drop, but you don't want to listen.
I'm
Everybody has
listening.
to
I listened for
learn to
2 hours. I
listen.
listened for 2 hours.
Okay, but it's
And what
not
you're
just
talking
one
about is
man.
irrelevant
So
because
when
you're
we
going in
have these
circles.
conversations, we should be talking as people. People have to create better characters. People have to have integrity. People have to hold themselves accountable. People need to be able to be dependent on. People need to respect their spouses. People. It's not all just women, and it's not and will never be just all men. It's ever people. And men often come off and want to say the woman, like you're raising those children. Yeah, those children that the father, regardless of how he was raised, is the point that he should get to an age to understand I created something that I should take accountability for and be responsible for. It's no way you could say you're leading, but you will fall back and follow a woman to lead you not to take care of your child. So please stop putting it on women and talk as people.
Listen, at the end of the day, a man could want sex, but it's the woman going to give it up. That's common sense. A man could have sex unless he take it by force. That's different. We're not talking about force. But when a man want to have sex, it's the
You don't
woman say,
want to
okay, I'm
give
ready to
that
go. The man don't have no
responsibility.
control of that.
It's people.
Correct.
So you
Men
need to
and
take
women.
accountability and be truthful to the men you're selecting. Let me tell you something. When you put that certain vibe, that's what you're going to get back. So all your women talking about I choose this, that. You choose that man. You choose to lay down with a man. You choose to be a single person. You choose to be a single mother. Now you want to come and talk about all the man. Where are your guys' accountability? You're the one making decisions. Open your legs, sleep with a man. Who's making that decision? Where's accountability? Oh, it's quiet now,
Yeah,
right?
I was
Okay.
gonna.
I can
I guess
respond
it's
when you're
I
done.
falling
want to
where
add
the
on
I can
to what.
men.
respond.
It falls where the men choose the woman to lay with. The men choose to water
Yeah,
the
you had the
No,
final
seed.
I,
story.
The
I'll
men
respond when you're
choose
done.
Oh
to
my God.
be
We
a
See,
see we don't
father.
play no
It could go
part.
both
She to
ways.
her we don't play no part.
It's both ways.
Yes, but if
Women
we
should
focused
take
on what you're,
accountability,
if you
and
focus
men
on
should as
as a woman,
well.
what
And
you're
we will be
doing,
a better world. That's it.
if a
It's
man
not
want to
just
have sex
women.
and the woman says it's not
It's
happening, it's
not
not going to
just
happen.
women.
it's not
And if
happening.
a
It's not
man
going to happen.
say,
But if she
and if a
said play
woman want
games
to
and let it
have it,
happen,
and
who
a
taking
man say
accountability?
no, it's
Both are.
not gonna happen. How could you try to? How could anyone just continue to be one sided? So you mean to tell me if you tell me no, I can still get it from you? That's what you're telling me.
No, I'm
One
not
way you want
saying
to be
that. I'm
so
not
We
saying that.
strong.
control we control
I
that
don't
though.
care.
All
If
I'm
you
saying
say
is,
no,
Know that
can
with
I get
you.
it? If
all I'm
you
saying,
say no, 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 no. You asked me a question. I answered. If I say no, you cannot get it. Now, if you say no, can I still get it? Can I still get that baby? If you say no, can I? We answering
so
questions. No, 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 no,
yes,
no,
they
no,
both
no.
could say no. Yes,
Can
the man could
I
say no as
still
well.
get
The
the
man can
seed
say no,
if you
but
say no?
hear this. Who have the last say so?
No.
The man is willing,
So
but
so
if there's
so
no
so
willing
so
party to
so
take
y'all not
part
strong
of,
there. Y'all not leading there. You gonna put it
These are
up to us
questions
now.
you should ask in a dating
You're gonna
before
put it
you
up to us
open up
to
your
lead
legs,
in
though,
that
for real.
area, huh?
listen.
So
I
you
don't
pick and
control a woman's
choose.
body. I don't control
You
your body.
pick
So
and
I'm asking
choose
you.
where you want to lead.
I'm asking you,
Okay.
do you want to get in sexual involved? The woman can say no. If the woman said no, the man can't do nothing unless we take it unlawfully. That's a different scenario. But when the push comes to shove, the woman
I
gonna open her
understand
legs
that
and that's
assignment.
it. She
I'm
could
not
close her
falling
legs.
short on
Take a
understanding that.
man. See, that's the
Where
problem.
men
Take
and some women
accountability. Take
fall short on
accountability. Take
understanding
accountability.
if
Your
you
guys don't want to
say
take accountability.
no, can I get it? If you tell me no, can I get it, Yatat? If you tell
You
me
talking
no,
about you
yard
talking about the
man,
body
can
Okay,
I
part.
but
You
still
you
get
talking
it
losing
from
about
the
you,
the
yard
plot.
mind, though.
man?
You
You talking
losing
about
the
the
plot.
mind.
Yeah,
Not a
you
storm,
losing the plot. The
please.
point
Not a
is,
storm.
No,
why
no, no,
are
no,
you
no,
laying
no.
down with a certain
No,
person?
no, no, no. The
Why are
point
you
is,
choosing to?
it
Right.
takes
No,
two
it is the
people
point.
to
No,
make
it
a
takes one
decision
person to
that
make an
can
Can one
shape
informed
person at a
each
time
decision.
other's
please speak? Because
future.
I will mute
That's
everybody.
it. It
Can
takes
I
two
talk?
people. And so, if you're going to give us that much control, how can you still say you're the leader?
You have
If
Okay,
you're going to
control
put
let me
over
ask
that
you another
you.
control in
question.
our hands,
Okay,
stop
let me
it.
ask you another question. If a woman want to get abortion, is it up to the man or the woman? The man said no, keep it. The woman said no, I don't want it. Who made the decision?
That sounds like a man who don't want to accept
Oh my
accountability.
God.
If you did not,
Jesus.
if you
Yo,
said no, you wouldn't be discussing a B. If a man said no, you're not getting it, you would not be discussing a AB. What are you talking about, dude? Stop it. Stop it. If a woman said no, like you want us to do, you want us to be strong in that moment. You want us to take that lead. We can only have that where we are the one who should be the one who say no and
Okay,
don't
can I
get
All
say
it.
right.
what's
Can I
this
can
is
I can I
Janique?
What happened to
interject?
you?
Is it Janique?
Can I interject, please? Please,
Go ahead.
I'm
Go
begging.
ahead.
Yeah, 50. Big up yourself. You understand? I'm at work. I'm not in my broadcast room right now. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to everybody. You know, this is the reason why I talk about relationship on my broadcast, because there's a lot of accountability that we all don't take. And we're afraid to come up on the podcast and take accountability. This is a learning step. It's not to argue, it's not to point fingers on anybody. We need to understand that we come on here, we come to learn certain things, because all of we day in our shoes where we need for change. None of we not perfect. And we need to understand that. Nobody is perfect. So if somebody is saying something towards something, just look into it before we start jump and start pointing fingers about man or woman or whoever, that or this, kids or whatever. Because at the end of the day, when we look at things and we structure this, is Jen Queen or Jen, whatever your name is. Sorry. Just pronounce it and me pronounce it after. Yes. So I'm saying there's a lot that we need to understand about accountability. And we always tend to run away from it. All of we. The more we grow, we're supposed to try to learn how to hold accountability. If you're wrong, you're wrong. And an idea, what Yachat was saying to you is nothing wrong. He's not really pointing fingers because we are free fault, Don't get it twisted, We are free fault, But there's a lot of things that you ladies are controlling. You ladies have power. Sometimes you don't even know the power you have. And that's where the problem is. Sometimes you don't know the power you have. And when he says something as in, you have control of who you give sex to. You ladies have control of who you open up to. There's so many times we see the red flags, even we as man. Because I do. And I can tell you that, but I've been sitting in relationships, same way. We're not perfect, but it still remains. You see, when you love somebody, we understand that. And all we need to understand that, when we love somebody, sometimes we don't even see what a person I do. And even if we come in front of we still not acknowledge it because we're in love. You understand? But at the end of the day, ladies, just understand this part of the ball game right now. That when we're talking about the type of red flags that you ladies are seeing, and we still have picnic with some man and then turn around and cuss him on them. There was some green flags that you saw also. That's why you were there and that's why you open up to it. And when it comes to marriage and financial wise, there's a lot of people, because if you're a follower of Guano Pastor, there's a lot of people who are in marriage. They're not married because they want to get married for the character. They're married for the status. They're married for the type of man who the man is when you have money. We need to, I'm not telling nobody if you go back in no olden days because we're done with that era. We're done with that. We are going on a different generation. Every minute we're going somewhere else. So we need to implement some things in ourselves so we can implement it in our own kids. That when they grow up at this, they need to do. But we have so much kids in broken home and expect them go grow and do better. And we not teach them better. We as man, sometimes we pick up some woman coming our house with fear picking them. And as woman pick up some people coming our house with phone picking them, see me. We now make a healthy relationship, a healthy conversation with these kids where we can understand that we're going to get to marriage. And we're going to show the kids them so they can get married too and live a wonderful life. So when it's reached accountability, this is the point that I'm seeing here. That's why I come up here. Nobody wants to take accountability. Everybody is just pointing fingers. All are we not perfect. None are we not perfect. None are we not perfect. We got to take accountability where it stands. This is a learning process. Not for we grew up in a broken home. So we feel, so when we see our mother or our father, them the fight and the fuss, it was green flags. It's not. So we are grown up now and we see say it's not green flags. What we go try if we do know? We have to try to implement these with our kids. Let's implement these with our kids now. And make them understand. I learn. I always hear the saying, only a fool don't want to learn. What's the difference between a fool and a wise? A foolish man don't want always act like he knows it all. A wise man always want to learn. So let's learn something from take away something and just sit down with it and look into it and say, one day if me in that shoes. I can tell you on my platform, if I'm that person on my platform, if somebody says something, I'm going to say I'm that person. You know, so if I fix that by myself. You can't up on one platform and ignoring your faults. You have to ignore, you have to accept it and go try to fix it. That's what we need to look into nowadays when we're up on the platform. We are come on some real platform and we are act like we don't want to be real to ourselves. We have to be real to ourselves. We have to be real to ourselves. If we don't do that to ourselves, it not gonna work out. We are hide too much things. We are cover up too much things on our carpet. It's been long. It's been years the system have like this. Just to teach you certain things and we just say follow. We're grown now. It's one finger and you can go read up some things and learn a little bit more. Relationship them are last because we don't have no principle in there. No principle, no discipline in a relationship them. So guess what happened now? The kids them gone in a broken home again. If we go talk about married and we want to go married, figure out ourselves first. Ladies, let's heal. Niggas, let's heal before we jump in our next relationship. We're grown now where we must can know red flags and blue flags. Or red flags and green. We reach a stage where we need to hold accountability, both man and woman, and stop pointing fingers on everybody. And if a man says something, that's his opinion. You have yours, you say something, that's your opinion. But when we gonna say something and we're not holding accountability for it, to look in ourselves and say, yeah, this is where I'm going wrong. You know, so I'm going to go sit down and work on this tonight. Go sit down and talk to my husband tonight about where I'm lacking, because me come on here so and me hear whole heap of man attack and me really say him they have a breakdown, because most of the time, the whole of we are run down relationship, and we not try to be friends with the person before we go in a relationship. The whole of we, as we see one man or one woman, yeah, we just want in at them. We not think about getting to know them, and that's where we are locking off. We are growing older and older now. Everybody I get old. What we go do, we just go sit down and start cuss and argue and pointing fingers? When they come on
Hey,
my
yard
life.
man. Hey,
Yes,
yard
yes,
man.
brother.
Respect. I'm glad you're on the program, but just kind of land your plane, because I think somebody wants to kind of like respond to you, and we want to allow
Okay.
that chance. Okay.
All right, that's
Thanks for
fine.
coming on the show, brother. I appreciate it.
That's fine, brother.
I think
That's fine.
Malik. Yeah, Malik had been in the comments. He wanted to say something. Malik, go ahead, Malik.
Yeah,
Peace.
in conversation and regarding the accountability thing, right? Men are held accountable by this thing called reality. Like if you're a loser, reality will remind you that you're a loser. Like whenever I was like on a down and under, depressed, anxiety, all that stuff, like I was reminded every day because I wasn't progressing in my life, So that's how men are held accountable by reality. But we live in a society now where you can't really correct women because if you do, you're misogynistic. You can't hold them to a standard because you're sexist. Well, the problem is that reality is sexist. There are differences between men and women, right? We have our standards, they have theirs. And if I'm a man, if I have a standard for a female, she should be able to meet those standards. If not, I move on. It's not that big of an ask. If you can't meet my preferences or standards, then this is what it is. I'll just find somebody else. But now you're seen as a bad guy if you do that, So accountability is removed from women now because you can't really do it now. You have to find a proper female to be receptive to your critique and to your 2 cents. A lot of women aren't open to that. A lot of women are quote unquote independent, which means what? Independent of men. I don't need a man. Well, if that's your mentality, then I'm not going to be with you. It is what it is, That's the mentality of the average woman today in America. They're going to college now. It's cool for them. They're, educated and whatnot. But with that comes entitlement to a degree. And also they want to date where they're at, or if not more, hypergamy, So accountability is removed from the female, part. But men are always held accountable because reality reminds men where they are in life. That's what it is.
I was going to say something after,
Yeah, I'm done. You can go ahead.
unless someone else wants to go. I wanted to respond to both the guy that dropped off. Oh, Yardi. I agree with a lot of what you said. Accountability. I think I mentioned that I took some time off of dating and worked on myself. I think we're always a work in progress, and I agree with you that love is important, and a lot of what you said is true. But you can't assume that every girl is just laying down with men. I mean, that's not every girl, and I don't know. It's like you can't assume that every girl is not taking accountability and not doing their part, because it's not all like the guy's fault, but it's not all the girl's fault either, if that makes sense. But what you said, it does make sense to me. So
Hey, anybody else want to go? I think Ramoon wanted to speak.
I see this. It's so bad that it doesn't even just affect men. It affects building relationships up with women too.
Mm-hmm.
So we see it from a different perspective as well. They bring How they treat y'all, they treat us the same way. And I'm landing my plane.
So a point got proven at some point of my prompt, and not all women, obviously. But the thing is that I hear a lot of we, right? But according to the statistics, and I know that's not the makeup of the panel, we know exactly what's being prioritized over the other. And the thing is, when you do that, you do lose because one of the things that you give an out to for men, if you're only placing it on financial stability, is that he doesn't even have to work on his character. He doesn't even have to be romantic. He doesn't have to be all the other things that women are asking for a second or a third if you put more the emphasis on financial stability. And that's where people lose. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying every woman makes that point, but the thing is that women have to stop giving themselves up as far as the game on how to get you, because men who have hitting agendas, all they got to do is conform to what you're asking. The game that you're letting out there to be had, and so there's a lot of things that you could fake and hide. But let me tell you something: character, it will show itself at some point. It really will. And if you put everything on the money, then that's when some of the men feel like, okay, well, I upsetted her. Let me come and bring let me get her back. Okay, I upset her on Friday. Let me take her out the roof, Chris. And if you're so easily falling for that, it's very easy to get you. So I think women have to understand that you have to put it out there that it's going to take a lot more than money just to get you. I'm telling you, a lot of women get got because they show their hand very early as far as what they want. And so now the guys don't even have to prioritize what they bring to the table in terms of integrity, in terms of respect, common decency. That goes out the window when you give man that. And that's all we're trying to teach you, is that you have to check the internals. The internals matter. I'll land.
It's four basic things that men and women require: spiritual, emotional, mental, and financial. So if they're not fitting into them, then you have to ask detailed questions. That's why you have to court and date and get to know people, and you have to ask them deep questions. And then when you don't do it and then you suffer the consequences of your choice, you want to shift the blame on them. Ladies, our men do want us, they look at us at a high standard, but you don't want to listen.
Yeah, but that's why I keep bringing it back to it's not a woman thing, it's not a man thing, it's a us thing. Because men, you want people to take accountability, which as a woman I understand that, and women should. But as a man, you're not doing your due diligence. You throwing your wallet and your money because you like that ass, that buttocks or whatever. You liked them hips poking. You liked that stroll when she walked. You didn't see if she was spiritual. You didn't see if she got on her knees and prayed for you. You didn't hear her read no scripture out of that Bible. You didn't see her go to church. You didn't see her on Bible study on the phone talking. You didn't see any of those things, but you invested. But then you want to turn around and say, oh, it's the woman who gave access to your brains, your wallets, your pockets. Are you strong or are you weak? Are you the leaders or are you the followers? Which one? You confusing us.
Uh, but there is no confusion because we have all the control, in my opinion. And I'm just saying this is just me, so take it the wrong way. Remember I told you, like, my best friend, like, we've been best friends for 5 years and we still haven't slept together. We go out to dinner. I've spent the night at his house on Super Bowl, and we kissed and everything, but we still haven't, done the deed or whatever. But we control that, right? And when I feel like like I feel like, I mean, I'm very close with him. We're best friends. I know everything about him, but we still go out to dinner. We still, you know, court each other. Like he tells me, you know, I love you, all this stuff, but I'm just not ready yet. You know, we control that. That's what I think.
Question before you land, the best friend thing that you just said, you guys are girlfriend, boyfriend, or best friend? We
We
need to
were best
clarify
friends,
those
but
best friends.
yeah, yeah. So we
Okay,
were best
okay, so
friends for
okay,
5 years, but now like
okay.
I have feelings for him, and I mean, I feel like he's had feelings for me for a lot longer, but um, I
All
definitely have
right.
feelings for him.
It's not feel he had. He wanted a long time. And that's the reason why I asked you that.
Right.
And this is where you guys can be better off. Because
Mhm.
you guys are knowing each other for a long time. You know
Mhm.
the ups and downs. And this is what I talked about the other night. That we need to know people before we are jumping a
Mhm.
relationship so much. Your guys' relationship most likely will work out because you understand each other. You know when he probably be down. You know the cues.
Mhm.
So you're
Right.
gonna know how to help that situation. He knows your cues. He
Mhm.
gonna know how to help the situation. And this where it falls a lot of time because we don't know each other that much. We just know somebody for 1 week or two, or we jump in it and say, yes, this is what it is. And then when the
Mhm.
story tumble down now, we start cry wolf and start pointing fingers at each other. Hey, the girl ain't good. And then the girl will say, this a boy, a dirty boy, if you understand what I'm saying.
Mhm.
So you guys, I wish you guys the best
Thank you.
because I know it
Thank
will
you.
work out in that way. You understand? We have to
Mhm.
give props flowers where flowers deserve. And a lot of people don't do that. You understand? And 50, I hear you were saying about the money aspect and all of that. The other side that I want you to say too. And this is the reason why we have to play the ball game fair. The man them are out here where look the girl them as a money man. Remember, say the girl them go take on as a money man. When the money is done, they're gonna leave because that's what you came in as. So the man them who would have come out here and they act like, yeah, you look a girl because you have your money. Just remember, say when they start using you as your money, you should not cry wolf
Mhm.
because this is what you set the game as. So there's two sides to the ball game. The woman them who come in there because them see a man with a little money, and you have the man them who make it bad because I saw them look woman, them have their money. We not sorry for nobody on the two side of the bar game. The woman them, if you're coming in for love, come in for love. If that's you
Mhm.
see a real man. But when it comes to the man them who come in with money, when you can't go them the man don't need to go look for man and get the money from because that's what they used to get you. You understand? That's why I will never beat no woman when time them say, yo, I'm money me in it for. Because you have some man out here willing to spend the money. So we can't fight them on that part of it. Man to man. We all know, so we have no friends. We're willing to spend their money per woman. Careless
Mhm.
little. Yeah, so we can't affect the woman them when time they start thinking of certain things. And we brought them bad too, you know. I'm going to say this, you know. Enough man brought them bad, make it a reach point with this way, where the woman them just feel like say it's all about money. We all have to understand that most of these men that really have the money, and we they in a middle class when they have the money, and we get the hardest fight, you know. But the man them who have the money not going to get that fight. Because they're telling the ladies them, say, yo, if him not spend money upon you and him not do this, leave him alone. So at the end of the
Mhm.
day, we are get the fight and we feel like, say, yo, the woman them fucked up. But some fucked up and some is not. Some is not because them they find for them man where them want. You understand? If you find that man where you want, ladies, we can't fight you. But
Mhm.
do not put the pressure on the youth them who don't have it because your standard went high from the man where you went have. Now you go find a little youth and we not dep on that standard and want to pressure him. This is how the problem come in. But ladies, me can't bash you know when time you find the man who have money. Go and enjoy your life. Just make use of your money. Save your money. Go build up your houses and them something there because at the end of the day, one day it going in. And then now you go have to go find a real man. And this is the problem now where you go have to twist your life and think about it. The things I used to are the things I'm gonna need, want and need. So now you go have a real man in your life. You go have to think about how you're gonna angle this man because this man is not gonna be on the level with the other man there with money, but he's gonna be on the level with the brain. and go beyond the level with love and caring, because the man with the money don't love you, you know.
But
Most
you
of the
can
man
have it
have
all.
money, you know.
You could have
That's
it
what I'm
all.
saying. Everything. So the man with money probably don't love you. You understand? Him just did it because he can spend his money. Him say, yo, you're interested in that. But you see, the you we probably don't have it. He comes with love, care, understanding, and everything that you will desire, except
Mhm.
him not have so much money to spend. But guess what? Money is not the key. It's the love. It's the understanding. It's caring. And this, I talk about this the other night, you know, we were talking to one of my friends on my life, and I'm going to tell you, ladies, and I learned something. That's why I'm telling you, learning is for the people who want to learn. One of my audience came on and he was saying, out of the 6 year, I'm with my woman. 6 years. Listen, you know, ladies, 6 years. I'm with my woman. Is one time I tell her, say I love her. And right now, hold on to the right, I say, I think, and they say, yo, that's bad, right? Hold on now. And I would say the same thing. Say, yo, God know, if me tell my woman one time out of 6 years that I love her, how she, what she think, how she feel. But I get to learn that it's not telling the person you love them. It's showing the actions speak louder than words. Because his wife came on and validate that for us. That he doesn't have to tell me that. He been just keeping showing me. So for that one time, and she remembered the one time too. So showing love is better than telling a person that you really loves that person. Because telling can just wave over your head. We love people near, we love people from a distance. So I'm just saying this to say that on both sides of the story, if you find that man where you desire, ladies, me can't kill you. No. But do not go to a younger youth or somebody who do not have it and try to take what you never put on. And this is where my plane land with Uno. Bless upon yourself.
Okay, Mr. Unknown. How you doing, Mr. Unknown? Welcome back.
I'm good, brother. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you for coming on the panel. You've always been a good supporter. I appreciate it. Hey, my
Always.
prompt today is: do women marry for financial stability over character? What are your thoughts?
Oh, money can be earned, but good character cannot be bought. Wealth may come and go, and person can always work hard to earn more money. However, qualities like honesty, kindness, respect, and loyalty are much more valuable and harder to find. When choosing a life partner, right, a good character should matter more than financial status. A strong relationship is built on trust and understanding, not just money. Financial stability is important, but character is what truly creates a happy and lasting marriage. But to be honest with you, in this modern world, women are less or more likely into the financial stability than the character. But that relationship will not gonna last longer because money can be earned. If we work hard, we'll make a good amount of money. But the characteristics, the personality, the honesty, integrity, the loyalty are only the component that makes a relationship sustainable. I'd like to land my plan here.
Thank you. Hey, I'm gonna need somebody's thought in this. Strips.
And
Yes, pretty much. Yes, that's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
Hmm.
One step at a time, we need to know the person who we want to tie a knot, right?
Hey, can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear you
Yep,
now.
we can hear
Can
you.
y'all
Yes,
hear me
we can
now?
hear you now. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, good. I was saying that I need everybody's final thoughts because I'm about to end the stream. Okay.
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 All right. Who wants to go first?
Lovely.
Well, I'm gonna say at the end of the day, whether if you doing it for financial stability or character, you got to be careful. Just be careful on whichever one it is that you choose, because that person might have it or show it, but once you in a relationship with that person, it might not be the same. So that's all I'm gonna say.
I will be broadcasting a special event because I have
You
one
breaking
lady.
up again, Fifth.
Yeah, I can't really hear him. He's breaking up a lot.
Relationship is about love, care, support, and shared happiness. Two people should stand by each other during both good and difficult time. It is not about control or selfishness, right? But about understanding and respect. In a healthy relationship, happiness should be greater than sadness, and problems should be solved together. When both partners care for each other and communicate openly, relationship becomes strong, peaceful, and meaningful despite the problems. This is my last thoughts.
Do anybody else
Ladies,
have anything they want to say?
I just want to say, ladies, never lower your standards. I think that if you love
Hey,
yourself and
can
you have
anybody
high
hear me?
standards. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I
Can
can hear you
anybody hear
Yeah,
now.
now
me?
we hear you. Yeah, yeah.
Now
Yep,
we
I can
can.
hear you now.
Okay. More. Am I more clear now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, we can
Okay.
hear you.
Okay. I'm gonna let you go, Mandy. All right, good. I'm gonna let you go in 1 second, man. I just want to make an announcement while I have everybody on the panel. Thursday, I have to stream at a special time because I have a morning obligation. Okay, so I will be for Thursday's episode, I will be streaming at 6 o'clock Eastern time, 5 Central. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll just say, like, have the highest standards, because if you love yourself, like, a guy's gonna love you more. That's my opinion. So don't ever lower your standards.
Okay. Uh, Nobody else has anything they want to say?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and go. I'm not gonna say anything regarding the prompt. I'll just shout out to Fifth, the host. Always a good guy. You too, Mila. Always been a good moderator and just a good, conversation speaker. And shout out to Mandy as well and everyone that I met. You guys have been really good
Yeah.
today. Thank you.
Yeah,
All
nice
right.
meeting you, Lovely. Or
And I
Mila,
Hey,
you're
y'all,
so
y'all
Nice
hear
meeting
me?
you
nice.
as well.
yeah,
Yep.
no, now we can host.
Hey, y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hey, did you hear what I said about Thursday?
Yes,
yeah.
we
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let people know. I'll send the invites. Okay. But yeah, it's gonna
Yes,
be at a
sure.
Thank
special
you,
time. It's gonna be
Fifth.
later on in the day. Okay.
Faith,
Yep.
I am
Thank you.
always
You can
there.
come back later.
Faith, I am always there to support you. Okay.
Hey, I appreciate it. And y'all could
Yeah,
always come back, okay? And
Sure.
then
yeah.
I have an announcement to make Saturday, but I'll wait till Saturday. But I also want to say this while I'm on the stream. Mr. Yarchat is officially not a co-host anymore. We still have business together, so we're still good. but he no longer wants to be a official co-host anymore. But he's still a moderator, and he's still a friend of the show, and he still supports the show, and we will still work together, okay? But officially, he's no longer a co-host, okay? But we're still good. I just want to let people know there's no problems because he spoke earlier. I don't want people to misconstrue that there's some type of beef because there's not. Me and him are friends, okay?
And
So I just want to let that be known.
I have one question. Are you living tonight or are you done for the day today?
I'm done for the day because I gotta clock into work soon.
Oh, okay.
So,
Got it.
but
Okay.
you'll see me Thursday at 6:00 Eastern time, 5 Central, and I'll have another episode Saturday as well. So Thursday and Saturday, okay?
I will
But
make
there's
it.
some, but no problem. But there's some changes now that's going to take place, and I'll let that be known Saturday, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anybody else had any final thoughts?
Nope, everybody went.
Okay. All right. This will be on Fifth General TV at YouTube, my YouTube channel, Fifth General TV. This episode will be up there tomorrow. All of the TikTok lives, the show goes on my YouTube channel, Fifth General TV. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. God bless y'all, and y'all be safe.
All right, you too.
All right. Bye.